It's Maya. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on our video today. As you can see by the title, this reading is all about what is right around the corner. So it could really be anything. We have 5 groups, so there's all different scenarios and different topics that are going on here. But it's pretty much, from the moment you find this video, it is a timeless reading. So whenever you find this video, it's all about what can you expect to happen some point around the corner, so that's what we're talking about today. We're going to be going pretty in depth about what it is, so I will talk about our breakdown once we get into the groups, but I want you guys to know this is all about something that is right around the corner from whenever you find this video. So like I said, there's 5 groups, and you could definitely be drawn to multiple groups because there could be messages for you in more than one group today. But yeah, 5 different tarot decks, and now each tarot deck has a different crystal, has a different card that came out as I shuffled. So there could be multiple ways for you to be drawn to a group as well. You could be drawn to the back artwork, you could be drawn to the front artwork, you could be drawn to the actual card that came out, or you could be drawn to the crystals that are sitting on top. So again, many ways for you to choose a group. So let me go ahead and show you your options up close one by one. Group 1, this is the Muse Tarot. This is what the back looks like, and your crystal is this Amazonite, and your random card is the Muse, or it says Hanged Muse, which is also the Hanged Man. Group 2, this is the Antique Anatomy Tarot. This is what the back looks like, and your crystal is this Shiva Lingam stone, and your random card is the Magician. Group 3, this is the Gentle Heart Tarot. This is what the back looks like, and your crystal is this Rose Quartz. And your random card is the Ace of Diamonds, which is also the Ace of Pentacles. Group 4, this is the Marseille Tarot. This is what the back looks like, and your crystal is this white crystal. I don't remember the name. And your card is the Eight of Wands. Group 5, this is the Gilded Tarot. This is what the back looks like, and your crystal is this hot blue obsidian, or I guess it's dark blue, not hot blue. And your card is the Eight of Cups. Okay, you guys, here are all of your options laid out for you side by side. Like I mentioned, you can watch as many as you would like and take all the time you need to pick a group. You can pause the reading if you need to. I'm going to get started with group number 1. Hey guys, if you chose this Hanged Muse with the Muse Tarot deck and this Amazonite crystal, this is your group. Hello, group number 1. Thank you guys so much for being here, and thank you for all of your support. So, like I mentioned in the intro, this reading is all about, let me get my little book. This reading is all about what is right around the corner. So we're going to start off with an energy check of you and the event that's around the corner. We will see what energy will it bring into your life. How will you feel about this event? How will you or your life change from the event? We'll see how can you prepare, and then we'll also get advice as well. So that is pretty much our breakdown for our reading today. It's very straightforward. And before we get into it, I do want to mention the energy that I feel off of this card that you guys chose. The Hanged Muse, which is the Hanged Man, it's about a period of rest. It is a stagnant energy, nothing is happening, but you are learning, you're healing, you're having an introspective moment. Maybe you are learning more about yourself, about others, about the situation, about energies. It could be a spiritual awakening. I mean, the Hanged Man being a period of rest could be taken in so many different ways depending on your situation. It could be super intense, or it could be not so intense. And so what's interesting is I feel like for this group, you're in some kind of a period of rest right now in your life. And it just feels like there could be some stagnation, and maybe you're just kind of waiting for things to change, waiting for the next chapter, waiting for what's right around the corner. But it feels like you are For some of you, you might be questioning the stagnation, like why is it taking so long? Why is there a period of rest? Maybe you're kind of ready to get into the next phase or the next chapter or whatever it is you're doing, you're like ready to get into it. And then for others of you, you're more embracing of this stagnation and this period of rest, because I feel like for some of you, especially if you are spiritually aware, it's like you know that this period of rest is leading to something. Maybe you don't know what. For this group and this energy, I do feel like you don't know what's happening. You don't know what's happening next. You don't know, all you know is this stagnation and this period of rest, but you don't know what's happening. So for some of you who are more spiritually aware, I think you're more accepting that there is this stagnation and you're in this period of rest, and that you don't know what's happening next, but that's okay. So I think for some of you, you're kind of like ready to kind of get out of this. And then for others of you, you know it's for a reason. Like, you know something big is about to happen, or something is shifting energetically and something is happening next, and that's why you are more so embracing the stagnation. So I think this is kind of on a spectrum. I think if you're more evolved, like more spiritually evolved and spiritually understanding, and you kind of see the bigger picture, then you're probably over here on like this end. And then I think if you're more so rushing the situation, you're on this end. But everyone needs to be here. And Spirit is saying for those of you who are down here and who are rushing and trying to you're not necessarily embracing the stagnation, and you're worried or freaking out or anxious about it, and you haven't you just haven't accepted it, and you don't realize that there's a bigger picture going on. For those of you down here, that's something that you need to work on, I think, is like understanding that there's a bigger picture of what's happening here, because they want everyone that is going through this to be in this energy of like, you're at peace, because you know the universe is working in some way. They are orchestrating things. There's other things that are in play. So it's like they want everyone to be on this end where there's a whole other picture of things that are sorting themselves out, and you're just one part of it, and that you just have to like kind of accept the stagnation and just kind of wait and just go through what it's going through, and wait till you get to see the bigger picture. So I do think some of you are kind of anxious, and I think that you need to just remember that it's like there's so much more going on around in this situation than just what you're feeling. And I think that is just, that's a perspective shift, and that's literally what the Hangman is about, is a perspective shift. So I think for a lot of you, you need to have some kind of a perspective shift. But for some of you, I think you're doing amazing. I think you're very spiritually evolved, and I think you do understand something really big is happening. So that's kind of what I'm feeling for this group. There is this stagnation. You're just kind of waiting it out. Something big is about to happen, and everything is happening for a reason. There's a lot of divine timing, divine intervention. That's why you can't speed it up. You can't speed up the situation. You can't even slow it down, even if you think it's getting slower or whatever. It's like, it's so out of your control. And that's another thing Spirit wants you to know, is like, this situation is so out of your control that all you can really do is sit back and enjoy the ride. Because when something is out of your control, but then you're anxious and you're worried about it and you're stressing about it, you're not adding anything beneficial to the stagnation, because there's nothing you can do. All you can literally do is sit back and just wait, So I think for some of you, Spirit wants you to realize that like, you stressing about it, it's not going to change the outcome. It's not going to make it go any faster. So the best course of action is to just sit back and just accept it and just be like, you know what? I'll wait. 333 on the time as I'm saying that. So that's kind of what I'm sensing for this group. And actually what's so interesting is, before I even started this group, I got my cards out, which I'll talk about in a second. But it's like, I got my cards out, and then I was kind of sitting with this Hanged Muse and this beautiful yellow, which is making me think of the solar plexus chakra. But it's like this beautiful yellow, and I actually just like sat here for a while with group one, and I like drank my coffee. I was like sipping my coffee, and then I kind of just like looked out the window, and I was like, you know what, like, okay. And I kind of just like took in the silence, because it's like early in the day. My family is not super chaotic right now, because sometimes you can hear them in the background when it's like later on in the day, because I recorded all times of the day just to get things done. And So it's like early in the day, I'm drinking my morning coffee, I'm looking out the window, and I'm just like basking in the silence. And I feel like that is what this group is all about, is embracing that downtime, embracing the silence. Because the need for us to just keep going, going, going all the time, that's actually a defense mechanism, because we just can't sit still. Because we think that if something is, still and quiet, then something's not getting done. It's, we're not moving forward, and that's not true. So I think, there's a need for you to just like bask in the silence, embrace it, look out the window, do things that make you happy. I love coffee. I drink a lot of it every day. So, maybe it's tea for you, maybe it's something else, maybe it's a glass of wine, it's whatever. It's just kind of doing the little things to pass the time, little things that you enjoy, little things that make you happy, and just pass the time knowing that something's happening very soon. And there's a sense of like knowing that you will come out of this stagnation. And that's what's very important. There's this great analogy that I heard a couple of years ago, and it's really stuck with me. This girl was talking about like the analogy of being on a plane. And when you're on a plane, you're going somewhere. You're clearly like going to a destination, and you already know it. You've booked the ticket, you've planned out your trip, so you already know that you are on the way to this destination. But you're not going to sit on that plane for what, a couple hours, maybe a couple days, who knows how long this trip is. But it's like, you're not going to sit on that plane and freak out the entire time and be like, oh my God, like, what if my plan doesn't work out? What if like this and that? And what if I don't get to my destination? What if this? What if that? What if this? But you don't do that, right? Like, when you're on a plane, you have that reassurance and that confidence and that faith that you will get to your destination, because you're already on that plane. And that's what this is. Right now, you're already on the plane, and your destination, or this, whatever's happening next, it's already happening. So the universe doesn't want you to be in this time and freak out that like you're not going to get there, or something's happening, something's going wrong, and like blah blah blah, but it's like they want you to realize you're already on the plane to your destination, and you will get there. Some of you, it could be a 3-hour flight. Some of you, maybe you're going across the world and it's going to take multiple days to get there, So for some of you, this stagnation is going to be quick. For some of you, it's going to be a little longer, It's a general reading. So I love that analogy though, because it makes so much sense. And you have to remind yourself, I'm just on a plane. Like I have faith that I am going somewhere, and this is just that downtime. So that's like what I'm sensing here for this group. So let's get into it. Right here, I have your current energy for group 1. Here, this is the energy of what's right around the corner. And then this is the energy between the two things. So, yeah, I think it'll make more sense once we look at it, but just kind of what's going on in between. So first, let's look at your current energy. And again, if everything we're talking about, if it does not sound like your current energy, then definitely check out a different group. Uranus, Aquarius energy. We have 6 of Earth, 6 of Pentacles. Oh, I love this. Charity, generosity, windfall. Wow. And we have Truth. This is like pretty much what I was just talking about. This is Judgment. This is literally surrendering to the divine. Oh, how interesting. Yeah, that is pretty much exactly what we have been talking about for group number 1 so far. I feel like this, wow, and it's interesting that this person is standing on scales, which I've actually never noticed that before. And they're here, and maybe they're trying to get here, but maybe it's not the right time. This is exactly what I was talking about. Like, whatever is happening next, it's like you have to kind of wait for the right time. Maybe there's going to be a path that opens up for this person to cross. But Judgment is all about surrendering to the divine and having faith that like something is guiding you, something is taking you somewhere. So this is actually really great for me to see. I think for a lot of you, for most of you, you are embracing this stagnation, and you are surrendering to the divine. You're surrendering to the situation. Pretty much everything I just explained, I feel like a lot of you are already in this energy. And I do feel like if maybe you're not in this energy yet, then you will be, because if this is your current energy for group one, I think you will shift into this acceptance and this peace very soon, knowing and having that reassurance that something is happening next. With the Six of Pentacles here, I feel like right now in this stagnation, you're doing everything you can in the physical sense. So what you can physically control around you. So say if it's like you going to work every day because you have to work and it's something you can do, you know, so you're doing it. Whether it's studying, you know, that's something you can do. Whatever it is that you are doing, I think you are still keeping up with your everyday tasks, your everyday responsibilities, which is very good to see, because I don't think this is the energy of somebody who's just completely like is not doing anything and just like lost and is avoiding all responsibilities. It doesn't feel that way. It feels like a very disciplined energy. It feels like you're doing everything you need to do on a day-to-day basis. Even if you're in that stagnation and you're like waiting on this next thing to happen, I still think you're doing everything you can. But yeah, there's a lot of discipline. I love that. There's a lot of discipline here for group one. There's, you know, keeping up with that responsibilities. And I think that you're excited. I mean, you know, this seems like a very happy energy. I feel like you know that you are getting something in return. You know, this could also be the energy of like investing, or I think like, yeah, like you're investing into something right now. 1111, as I'm saying this, knowing that you will get something in return. So again, it could be a career, it could be school, it could be, and school is such a great example, because say you're in school for years, and maybe that is the stagnation in your life, right? Like we just want to be done with school. We don't want to be studying every day all the time, but it's like, you know that you will graduate and get that job that you want. I'm thinking of like the medical field specifically, or like a lawyer or medical in the medical field, because you have to do a set amount of coursework to get to your end result. So it feels like you have that discipline to get through the coursework, even if it takes years, to know I'm going to be a doctor after this, I'm going to be a lawyer after this, or I'm going to do what I want to do. And this in between time is taking me there. So I definitely see that with this energy as well. It's like you are disciplined and you're sticking with it, even if you don't want to. There's another quote that I love that says like, oh wait, I kind of forget what it says. It was something where it's like you have to be disciplined over motivated, because you don't have motivation every day, but you have discipline every day to show up. Even if you're not motivated, you gotta study, you gotta get things done, you know, you can't slack off. And I think that's what this is. Even if at times you're lacking motivation, I think you're staying disciplined, knowing you have that end goal of that destination to get to. I really love this energy. Also with Aquarius here, yeah, Aquarius. What is this? Six of Earth. Taurus energy. And Judgment is actually Scorpio. And actually, I have the... I really love this energy, group one. I'm very calm, which is good, because sometimes, I mean, I love all energies that I read, but sometimes there's definitely like intense energies, and then there's like hyper energies where I get really hyper because I'm like channeling. So it's like I feel the emotions of who I'm reading. So it's like you're very calm. So my voice is very calm and quiet, and like, you know, I'm not as annoying today as I usually am. Okay, I'm gonna read what it says in a reading here. So it says, Uranus is the rebel. Aquarius, it has rules Aquarius, the 11th house, element air. Symbols blue appetite, sky, electricity, storms, lightning, and metal. It says in a reading, it is time to do the unexpected. Take a leap into the unknown with the arrival of Uranus. This card is all about rebellion. A little bit can be healthy, liberating even, but a lot can be devastating. The choice is yours and yours alone. Going against the grain in a world that wants us to conform just feels good sometimes. Approach solving solving a problem from a new angle. Sometimes taking a step back and observing a situation objectively gives you a fresh idea. Imagine if the world's greatest inventors gave up the first time their ideas didn't work. Oh, that's so interesting, because like we were just talking about the bigger picture for some of you, and maybe if there is frustration in your current energy, there's a need for you to take a step back and look at the bigger picture, or look at where you're going. You know, maybe you're not motivated every day, but it's like, keep in mind like where you're actually headed or what you're working towards. Imagine if the world's greatest inventors gave up the first time their ideas didn't work, or when their peers called them crazy. We would be missing all of these amazing things that shaped our lives. What contribution can you make to history? Uranus frees you of your limitations and preconceived ideas of what is possible. Here, he is likely to liberate you from the bonds of conformity. Keywords: freedom, rebellion, invention, electric, destruction, creation, and discover. Oh, how interesting. With truth here, I definitely think some of you are having some kind of a spiritual awakening. So there's also this energy of like our practicality and our 3D, but also our spirituality, and you're kind of balancing the two. And you're also trying to like work with the two. There's definitely some kind of an awakening happening with Uranus here. This is a very strong energy, and again, that destruction, but it's not in a bad way. I think it's kind of making you realize that there is something else out there other than just us here on Earth. You know, I think there's this merging of like your practicality, but then also the spirituality that's kind of coming into play here, which is very interesting. So let's see what is right around the corner. I also think with truth here, you're really like discovering yourself, group one. And I think that's another reason in life you're in some kind of a period of like pause, a period of stagnation, because you're discovering who you are, and you're discovering your purpose here on Earth. You're discovering like the bigger picture of things. And I think it's like maybe at one point in time you kind of looked at yourself differently, looked at your purpose here on Earth differently, or even just looked at the universe or spirituality, all of these things differently. And now it's like you are awakening to it in some way. So yeah, I think this is some kind of a period of rest, but also some kind of a spiritual awakening that's going on for group one. But I will say I love your energy. It's very nice. It's not a chaotic energy at all. So let's see what's right around the corner. We have a new moon. Justice. There's the scales again. Justice, fairness, the law, karma. This is Libra energy. So far we have Earth, or not Earth. We have air, Aquarius, and Libra. We have Earth here with Taurus. And then we have Scorpio, and I guess maybe Aries too. Because I feel like, is Judgment about Mars as well? I don't know. I know for sure Scorpio, but maybe Mars energy. Whoa. Oh my God. Destiny. Oh yeah, I mean, something is happening around the corner, group one. Let's see what's the energy between the two of you. Four of Crystals, Four of Pentacles. Wow, there is a sense of discovering who you are, or rediscovering who you are right now. And I think that there is something pretty big happening right around the corner. So again, if you are in some kind of a period of rest, or you're kind of waiting for something to happen, you're waiting on that momentum shift, I think it is coming very soon, because the universe is preparing you for something. And I was just talking about, you're learning more about your purpose, you're learning more about like the truth of yourself, of the universe, you're having some kind of a spiritual awakening. And then we have destiny with a new moon, which is like a brand new beginning. I think you're really figuring out what you are meant to be doing here on Earth, and you're starting this new chapter. And that's why the universe is making sure like everything else, it's like it's making sure that all of the ducks are in a row, you know, not just in your life, but with everything else that branches out and connects to you. They're making sure everything is perfect, so that when you do enter this new era, or this new chapter, or whatever this destiny is, they're making sure everything is aligned. That's why it could be taking some time. And again, if you do feel frustration, like something is moving slowly, for some of you, it's because there's something really big happening. So it could, I mean, it'll take a while for all the ducks to be in a row. And I think they're making sure everything is perfect so you can truly step into this energy the way you are meant to, with everything else aligned along with it. But this is really interesting. Truth and Destiny, these are both major arcana. This is another major arcana. So there is big change coming in, group one. Since we have a very broad energy on this side, all I can really say is whatever this change is that you are stepping into with Destiny, I think this is huge, and it's a part of you, and it's a part of like what you are meant to be doing here on earth, even like way before you ever realized it. And I think for a lot of you, you are currently realizing it. And maybe that stagnation is also more of just like a momentum shift in your life, because it does feel quick. Like once something clicks here, or once this is given to you, whatever this is, this new phase, once this comes in, it's moving very quickly. Because even with Libra being air energy, it's moving very fast, but they want to make sure everything is aligned first. And I was talking about law, wasn't I? Like I was talking about like lawyers. That's so interesting. The legal system could be significant somehow. For some of you, you could be going through like a divorce or something like that has to do with the legal system. But you're really coming out of this awakened. Like you're having a spiritual awakening. You're realizing why things were moving in the way they did up until now. And you're realizing like how things are shifting. And that is what's right around the corner. So yeah, I mean, if you do feel like there is something big coming into your life, group one, I mean, there's something really big coming into your life. This is the Wheel of Fortune. So it's interesting because they're not giving me a specific example. And I think, maybe this is a more popular group. Maybe more people are drawn to this energy, and I'm just speaking to, more than a few people. And that's why I'm not getting a specific example. It just, whatever is around the corner, group one, it's huge. It's a part of your destiny. It is a brand new chapter, and the universe is making sure everything is aligned in order for you to get here. You're already receiving signs and synchronicities about it. You're already feeling that there is a big shift coming into your life very soon energetically. And it's like you're embracing maybe that downtime. You're embracing this in-between time from now until then. And I think every day as time goes on, you're understanding more and more about what this big shift is that's coming in. And this just feels like, I keep thinking, or 22 on the time as I'm saying this, I just keep thinking about rediscovering something. Like rediscovering yourself. With this being a Pentacles card, and this is the energy between the two of you, I think that the energy between the two of you is a little slow, or the two things here. It's a little slow because Pentacles are slow. So it could be maybe a couple of months before this actually happens. You might be in this period for a couple more months, but it feels like you have to make sure your ducks are in a row. And with the Four of Crystals being a very practical energy, I'm thinking about like that foundation. Like the universe is really trying to get you to solidify your foundation now before something really big comes in. And so I think the timeline is really up to you. It's like whenever you feel stable and feel like you have that sturdy foundation, that now the universe can add something on top of that, that means you're closer to this happening. But for those of you, if you're still trying to just slowly figure it out, you don't have that stable foundation yet, you don't have something to build on, then I think this would be a little farther out, because this just, it's about the home, it's about roots, planting roots, about foundation. So yeah, for some of you it could take a little bit longer. For others of you, you might be a little bit closer, but it feels like you will get here if you put in the time and effort to like make changes and to realize things. It feels like the power is in your hands. on if you're gonna, and that's so interesting. Earlier I was like, I don't know if you could speed up or slow down, but I do think for some of you, you could really slow it down if you're not sturdy, and if you're not in a place where, if you don't have that foundation, you could actually slow it down. Okay, then that's kind of what I'm seeing. So let's just get into your, but yeah, something huge with that card is coming in. Let's get into this and talk about the questions really quick. So first, let's see, what energy will this event bring into your life? What energy will this bring into group? What energy will this bring into group one's life? The Two of Inspiration. I'll take this. Wow, the Lovers. The Two of Inspiration and the Lovers. Oh, for some of you, maybe this is about a relationship, because, you know, I wasn't getting anything specific, and, you know, we were talking about the law. For some of you, there could be some kind of a relationship coming in, and maybe that is a part of your destiny, is a person that is coming into your life, and maybe that's why they want you to have this foundation ready to go. But to see what energy will it bring into your life, you have the Two of Inspiration, which is Aries, and then we have the Lovers, which is Gemini energy. This on its own, it's a very exciting energy. Look at this person with a telescope. They're ready to go on an adventure, to explore, to discover new things about themselves, discover new things about the world, discover new things about everything. You know, it's a very exciting energy. It's a forward moving energy. And it's an energy that has a lot of momentum. So I think it's bringing a very fun momentum shift into your life, which is, I think, exactly what you are needing, or it's like you're ready for that next thing, you know. With the Lovers here, especially this being a major arcana, and it's interesting because it's like everything is mirroring each other. I feel like this is giving you a sense of purpose. You know, it's almost like helping you discover yourself in a deeper level. So it gives you a sense of purpose, because maybe you're just doing things. Like, you're just doing things and you're just living life, but maybe you don't have that deeper sense of purpose within yourself. And I think that is something this is going to give you, or that is an energy that it'll bring into your life. So next, let's see, how will you feel about this destiny? How will you feel about this destiny coming into your life? Temperance. Oh, interesting. Temperance is a very patient energy. You already knew this was going to come in. I feel like with this, there is a sense of knowing, of like, yeah, like I knew something big was about to happen into my life. So I don't think you're nervous at all, because this is about feeling, and this is a very calm energy. This is like already the energy that we've been talking about. Very cool, calm, collected, very patient. And it's like you already know. Group one, you have a deeper knowing already. And I think it's almost like, oh, I knew that. I knew this was going to happen. You know, like it almost feels like you're not afraid of it. You're not scared. You're not worried. You're not like freaking out. You're not anxious. This is not like so random out of the blue that you're just like, oh my God, what do I do next? I feel like you knew this was going to happen, or you know right now, because I think for a lot of you, this has not happened yet. So it's like you already have a deep knowing that this is coming in. And I think you're embracing it, and you're excited for it, and you're ready because you've already been preparing, and you already have that foundation built for the universe to give you, to like plop this down. You already have that foundation for this to rest on. So it's like you're ready. And I love that. How will you or your life change? Oh, okay. Knight of Inspiration. Again, there's that momentum shift. That's that fire that I'm sensing. There's that speed, the activities, the excitement, the adventure. This is you as a wild spirit, a free spirit. And usually in the Knight cards, we see a person, but you're just the horse, honey. You're just this majestic being, and there's fireworks, and you got flames for hair. I mean, you're just like an explosion of excitement and adventure and fun, and you're just so ready. Because we were saying that for a long time for this group, like, you're just ready for this momentum shift, and it is finally happening. So you're just like, okay, let's go. I'm ready. I already packed. I'm already like, you know, I'm ready to get on the plane. I'm ready to go. Let's go. Or if you're already on the plane, it's like, I'm ready to land. I'm ready to go. I love that. And then we have the 5 of emotions that came out together. How will you or your life change from this? So this is a card of intuition, 5 of Cups. I think that for one, your intuition is growing because, again, you're realizing your true purpose. And I think there's actually some sadness because you might have to leave something behind, group 1. You know, you might have to leave an environment behind. You might have to leave an old version of yourself behind. You might have to leave family or friends behind. There is some sadness, but it is being countered by this free spirit of this horse. So I think even if there's some sadness on, like, you know, you have to walk away from something in order to truly accept this thing the universe is giving to you. Even though there's some sadness, there's a lot of excitement. How can you prepare for this event? We already know that you have to have your ducks in a row. You have to have a foundation. I just saw 33-3. How can group 1 prepare for this event? Knight of Emotions, another horse. Let me clarify. That's the Knight of Cups. I think right away I would read this as like, stay authentic to who you really are. You know, if you don't like something, don't accept it. And I think that's actually what causes change, right? Because if we just settle and we're just like, you know what, even though I'm not happy with this lifestyle or this career or with what I'm doing, and it's not aligned with who I really am, and even though I really would rather be doing something else, you know, I'll just stay. I'll just settle. I'll just stay and not change it. Then you're never going to create change. You're never going to get here. You're never going to discover your true purpose. So something that'll really help is staying true to who you are authentically. Being your most authentic self is what will help you get here. Because when you're authentic, then your energy is just naturally aligning, and that'll be easier for you to build this foundation for this to come into. You know what I mean? But let me clarify the Knight of Emotions. I love that there's no people on the Knight cards. It's just these majestic horses. Ace of Inspiration, bottom of the deck. That is the Ace of Wands. And then we have the Two of Pentacles in the reverse. I would immediately say, like, lighten up your load. So if you're doing a lot right now, maybe slow down a little bit. Maybe for some of you, if you're not in this period of rest, maybe for some of you there is a need to slow down in order to, like, really prioritize what you need to prioritize so you can have the shift that you need to have. So for some of you to really slow down and don't burn yourself out right now, because especially if something big is coming in, you want to be ready for it. So yeah, slow down a little bit, lighten the load, be authentic to who you really are, and listen to your intuition on what you really want in this life and where you want to go, because this will happen only after you have accepted yourself. You have accepted your true authenticity, your true who you really are, what you really want to do in this lifetime, the life you want to live. This is not, you're not even going to get close to building a foundation for this to arrive, your destiny to arrive, until you have accepted who you really are, what you want to be doing, and the life you want to be living. So I think you need to start there in order to, and that's what I was saying, for some of you, you could really slow this down. You could slow this down by months, maybe even years. And it's because you are not aligned to your authentic self for the universe to know that you're ready for it. And it could take you a long time to figure that out. So I think that's very important. And I love that we have the, oh my gosh, look at that, Ace of Inspiration. So this is the Ace of Wands. We have the Chariot. Look at all these horses. That's you. That's literally your army. That's literally your spirit army protecting you, guiding you, taking you exactly where you need to go, but you have to allow them to do that. And the way you allow somebody to do that is to know exactly what you want, to know where you want them to take you. You know what I mean? It's all cause and effect. And then I love that we have the Six of Wands here. I mean, look at this. Can we get any more, like, can we get any more perfect? This is so exciting. This is so fun. This is somebody who's ready to really let their light shine, to live their most authentic life, and they're done hiding. They're done like conforming to society. They're done just sitting in the back. Like, this is your energy ready to shine. And you know, everything takes steps. So first step is to really know what you want and start building your foundation from there. So let's go ahead and see. And that stagnation I was talking about in the very beginning, maybe that's more frustration for some of you, that like there's a certain energy that you want to be living, but you're not there yet, because that could also help start the change. We have 36, embracing my beautiful soul. Being truly myself is the biggest gift I can offer myself and others. I embrace my beautiful soul and show it to the world. Oh, the sun and the moon. That's very interesting. Number 9, don't look back. I may be feeling nostalgic about several things in my past, but I know I have the power to move forward. Number 8, a new day, a new start. It's okay to fail. Every day is a new start, and I will treat myself graciously. 15, love awakens my soul. I will begin to truly love myself with a love that awakens my soul. My heart is open to giving and receiving love. Oh, I love that. Okay, group number 1. I hope this was, oh look, rediscovering myself. I'll take this too. Number 28, my true self is showing up more and more. Who I am and what I do is confirmed day after day. Oh, I love that. That's like exactly what this energy is going through. So group 1, thank you so much for letting me give you this reading. You have some huge change right around the corner, and I'm so excited for you, and I really hope that you get there sooner than later. So thank you so much for letting me give you this reading. If you want a private reading, go ahead and send me an email. We can have a one-on-one session. So I offer live readings, and I also just offer pre-recorded readings as well. I know not everybody is comfortable talking live, so if you want a pre-recorded reading, that's totally okay too. Just email me. And I have a Patreon where the viewers get to suggest the monthly readings, and then we have so much content over there, so that is also in the description below. You can go ahead and check that out. But thank you so much for being here, you guys. Have a great rest of your day or night wherever you are, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye. Hey guys, if you chose this Magician with the Antique Anatomy Tarot and this Shiva Lingam stone, this is your group. Hello, group number 2. Thank you guys so much for being here. I'm going to just move your crystal right there. So let's quickly go over our breakdown today. This is all about what is right around the corner. And we're going to start off with an energy check. So we'll see what is your energy and the energy that's around the corner. We will see what energy will this bring into your life. How will you feel about this event? How will you or your life change after it? And we'll also see how can you prepare for the event, and we'll also get advice. So it's pretty straightforward. We're just going to see, you know, what's around the corner for you and how will it affect your life, pretty much. So let's get right into it. With this Magician, it does feel like you could be starting something new, or like changing something in your life. Maybe changing your life in general. Because of that hand right there, it feels like you're taking action to change something or to do something different. And this could be changing your entire life. This could be changing a small aspect of your life, but it does feel like taking the power into your hands to create change in some way. So let's get into this. This is group 2's current energy, and this is the energy of what is right around the corner. And this is kind of like the energy between the two things. So we'll also see, you know, how aligned these things are and kind of like what's going on in the middle, maybe something that we can't see but we can like talk about. So that's what that is. So first I'm going to start off with group two's current energy, and if you feel like this really doesn't sound like you, then definitely check out a different group. So yeah, let's see, what is group two's current energy? Jupiter. Oh, I love Jupiter, it's probably my favorite. Three of Fire, we have goals, expansion, and vision. This is actually the sun in Aries. So far we have Aries and we have Jupiter. Oh my God, new beginnings. I just said that. I literally just said. And this is the Fool, which comes right before the Magician. So that makes a lot of sense. Group number two, I think you have just decided, or maybe recently decided, to create change in your life, you know, whatever that change could be. It's like you are either pursuing something, you're changing something up, you're starting a new way of life, a new lifestyle, a new job. You could even be moving. Oh, hold on, let me move that. You could even be moving for some of you, because we see the world here. She's standing on the world, and then there's a boat. And the Three of Wands, you know, sometimes could talk about relocation. So it does feel like, you know, physically things could be changing in your life, or it could be like a new job, a new chapter, a new lifestyle. I love that Jupiter is here because I think you're realizing that you have a lot more potential than what you have been doing up until now. You know, that could be interpreted in so many ways, but it feels like your potential is expanding. Like you could do a lot. And maybe you've kind of kept yourself in a box up until now, but now you're realizing, wait a second, like I can go anywhere I want to go, I can do whatever I want to do, and I have so much potential. Or it's like I have so much talent, I have so much I can give back, whether that's contribution to like a cause, whether that is into an individual industry or a niche, or just learning more about what you want to get better at. It really feels like you have so much potential, and you're finally realizing that, and you're finally like doing something about it. But yeah, this literally could be you packing up and getting ready to move, getting ready to start over, relocate. Or it's like you're getting a plan ready, because here it says vision. So that also feels like maybe you're creating a plan, or you're just like getting all the pieces together because you know what you want next. So for some of you, you could have already taken that first step into creating this change. And then for others of you, maybe you are planning it, but you will take that first step very soon. But something about this definitely gives like worldwide, because even Jupiter is expansive, but it's Sagittarius energy, and Sagittarius is definitely like a worldwide view of things, whether it's different cultures, you know, different languages. There's just something, and she's standing on a world, so there's something here about just like the world around you. I don't know why. I don't know if you're going to be traveling a lot, or if you've given up like a traditional lifestyle. Like it feels like somebody could have been living traditionally, but now you want to do something maybe that's a bit untraditional. Maybe you want to be like a traveling nomad, or you just want to travel a lot, or you want to go to a new country, a new city, you want to try something new. So it could definitely be there's some international energy going on for some of you as well. But I love this. I feel like you're taking power into your own hands. You're creating the change that you want in your life, and you have a plan and you're going after it. So I love that. I feel like this is very spot on to that Magician that we saw earlier. So then let's see what is right around the corner for group number two. We have Cancer energy. The Two of Wands. Oh, I feel like you're finding stability very soon. Two of Fire. We have planning. I just said planning. Partnering and progress. The initial P could be significant because we see that out so many times. Oh my God. And then we literally have recognition and reward with the number 3. Threes could be significant for you because we have 2 3s out here. Aries could be significant because technically this is also the 3 of Wands. So you have the 3 of Wands out here twice, and then this is also Aries with the 2 of Wands. It's interesting. Here we have a boat, and like this person is kind of leaving or going away, and here there's 2 people sitting next to each other. So that is what made me think of stability right away. And here we have recognition and reward. So whatever it is you're working towards, group number 2, you will find stability in that very soon. I think that's a very broad way of me stating that, but it's like whatever actions you're taking right now, whatever plans you're setting into motion, whatever milestones you're reaching, or whatever it is you're doing, you will be rewarded for it very soon, and it will bring stability, and you will make progress. I feel like you're hitting a milestone, and I think that is the universe's way of kind of just giving you that reassurance that you're on the right path. Even if it's not something huge, I think the reassurance or this recognition and reward would be enough for you to realize, okay, I am on the right path and I'm going to keep going. You could be collaborating with somebody. Like, say you're doing something on your own right now, but somebody is willing to help you. So maybe this is somebody that you are collaborating with, if it's like a business project or something to do with career. This could be, you know, a friend. Like, say you're moving, right? If you're like moving to a different country, maybe you have a friend that you can stay with, or somebody can kind of help you get on your feet before you are doing your own thing. So I do think there could either be like some kind of a friend that's helping you, or some kind of a collaboration or partnership that is helping you kind of get started, or it is helping you build momentum, or helping you stand on your own 2 feet. It doesn't have to be for everybody, but for some of you, you know, traditional tarot, there is not two people sitting on the Two of Cups, or not Two of Cups, the Two of Wands card. And whatever this recognition is, or, you know, this stability that you're finding, it'll make you feel very good, and it will bring a lot of emotional fulfillment to where you're realizing, I am on the right path. Because I think this new adventure, like, you start this new chapter or this new project or whatever it is, you started with like a spark, with this excitement and a passion. But passion and fire, I mean, it's gonna run out, right? Like, fire cannot be sustained long term because it's not stable. It's something that will eventually run out. So if you're running just off of passion and excitement, like, you will burn out at some point in time, because it's just not gonna last forever. But I think it's like, it's starting with that passion, but then when you see stability forming, even if it's something little, or even if it's a little recognition or something is taking place from that passion, then it becomes more stable. And with Cancer here, it feels like you're finding that emotional fulfillment now, and you're realizing, okay, this is in tune with what I want to do with my life, or it's like finally things are playing out and it feels right. And it's like more than just that fiery excitement. It's like, okay, there is something to be sustained here, and that is what is right around the corner for you. So also, Spirit is saying keep going, because for a lot of you, like, you have to take that first step in order to even create stability or to create a foundation. You have to start with something. And it's interesting how we have 0 and she's standing on the world, and it's like she just, or he, you know, it could be anybody, but this person has just stepped out of this door, which is making me feel like you're just taking the first step. You know, like, you haven't gotten that deep into something yet, but Spirit is saying you have to take the first step if you want to progress. You know, whether this is a dream, whether this, you know, we can't just sit on it and brew on it and let it just be in our head. We actually have to like take action towards it, which is exactly what the Magician is about. And I was saying with this hand here, I don't know what it's focusing on. What are you focusing on? With the hand, it feels like you are taking action into your own hands. So yeah, you have to take that first step in order for anything to happen. But I love it. I feel like this is very much like transitioning into something more stable and something very nice. And this, again, it's not going to go from 0 to 100, but it's giving you enough for you to realize, okay, there is something here, you know? Because I don't think you're just going to get like a windfall overnight, or like a downfall, whatever that is. Like, it's not like you're going to gain $1 million overnight from whatever it is you're doing, but it just feels like you're going to get enough for you to be reassured that you are doing something right and to keep going. So then let's see, what is the mutual, well, it's not really mutual, it's just like this energy that is between you and this thing that's right around the corner. Awakening. Wow. This is Judgment. That, I mean, first of all, and this is so interesting. You have like the water, like looking out into the water, and then here you're also kind of looking out into the water, and there's water there too. And even here, they're kind of sitting here and like looking out into the distance. Oh yeah, group number 2. This is really aligned to the life you're meant to be living. And I think that's why Spirit wants you to get started sooner than later, because it is a part of your destiny for whatever this is. For some of you right now, it could just be like your intuition is calling you to this and they want you to kind of get started. For some of you, you've already started on this, but there's a reason you feel called to this, or there's a reason you feel called to go somewhere or do something, because it is where you are meant to be, or it is what you are meant to be doing. But I feel like whatever this is, whether it's moving, whether it's starting a new life, whether it's a career path or school, or whatever this is that you are doing, group 2, it feels like you have not been doing this for a long time, which obviously makes sense because it's a new beginning. It is a new venture that you are starting. So obviously you have not been doing it for a long time, but for some reason it feels like the universe has been like trying to intuitively send you messages about this for a very long time, but you were either like dismissing it, or you weren't taking it seriously, or even if like intuitively you wanted to do it and you had this passion for it, you were like, you know what, maybe not, maybe I'll wait. Because for some reason it just feels like this was building for a while, and now you're finally listening to it, or you're finally like taking action towards it. But I mean, with Awakening and Judgment here, I think the energy between you and this stability that is waiting for you is that you finally listened to the universe. You finally listened to the intuitive signs and synchronicities and the messages, and you finally just like listened. That's like the only way I can say it. It's like they've been trying to get through to you for so long about like changing something in your life, and I think you're finally listening to them. And it's absolutely a part of your destiny. And that's why you will find success very soon, because it's what you're meant to be doing. You know, the universe is not going to give you a destiny but then have you fail. You know, that makes no sense. So it feels like you will see it take form very, very soon, or you'll find happiness and you'll find that independence, or that you'll build that foundation for yourself. Whatever it is you're doing, you will find that stability wherever you're going, and you'll find it soon. And I think they just want you to listen to where they're guiding you so you can get started. But yeah, this is Judgment, so it's all about surrendering. You know, I'm surrendering, and I'm not going to force a life. I'm not going to force things to stay in my life. I'm not going to force a career. I'm not going to force this or that. I'm just going to surrender my life to the universe, and I'm just going to see where it takes me. Because I feel like there was a lot of resistance up until now. Like, you were trying to mold your own creation and like mold your own way of living and your own existence, or you were just like molding things in your own way, which is fine. I mean, we all have free will, but I think at the end of the day, when you were forcing certain things to happen or to work out or to stay in your life, and it didn't want to stay, or it wasn't meant to be here, but you were like forcing it to stay, then it just feels like that's what's causing resistance. So I think up until now, there could have been resistance, but you finally realize, you know what, I'm done. I'm not resisting, and I'm gonna just go where the wind takes me. And I think it's like the best thing you could ever do. So I love it, because there's a lot of personal power here, which is why we have the Magician, because the Magician is all about personal power. And I think the universe is saying to you, like, hey, group 2, you already have the power to create this change, and we've already been trying to talk to you about it for a long time. So it's like you already have the power. So like if you want it, it's yours. You just have to like do something about it or get started with it, but it's already yours. And if you ever feel like there's delays and things are just like not working out, and that's the universe saying, well, that's the resistance, and that like maybe you're focusing on things that you're not supposed to be focusing on right now, and that's why there's delays and resistance. You know, they're trying to get you back on track. But I do think with this being your current energy, I think you're already here. You've already had that awakening, in a sense, that there is a destiny and you are following your purpose. So I love it. It is taking you somewhere very soon, so don't give up. I feel like that's really important because, you know, I mean, when we start anything new, we're nervous if we're not seeing immediate results. But the universe is like, it's coming. It's right around the corner, and you will see some level of results that will keep you, it'll like lock it into place, is how it's coming through. Like it'll solidify it for you. I don't know what other word to use. For some of you, if you feel the need to travel, to relocate, to go somewhere new, or if you've already done that because that's what your intuition was saying, I think you're totally onto something, because again, like international travel or relocating in general seems important to group 2. So first, let's see, what energy will this bring into your life? So this event that's right around the corner, what energy will this bring into group 2's life? For some of you, this is even just taking that leap of faith and just doing it. Even if you don't have a lot to your name, even if you don't have all the funds in the world, even if you don't have like, you know what I mean? They feel like they're saying, even if you just have enough just for now, you should do it. Because the universe will provide for you once you get to where you are going, or once you start. It's like things will fall into place, but they're saying like, don't wait for the right time to take action, because it's never going to be the right time. You know, if we're waiting until we have more money or until we have something else, it's like, it's never going to be the right time in that sense. And I feel like, you know, this person is just like stepping outside with not much. They're kind of just taking that leap of faith with not much with them. Oh my, bruh. This is literally the Fool. This is the card I was just talking about. And it's a foot. It's literally taking that leap of faith into the unknown, even if you don't have the whole situation. Like this is just the leg and the foot, right? Up until the knee. This person is missing like their whole body, but they're still taking that leap of faith. You know, this person could sit around and say, you know what, I'm gonna wait till my whole body is here and then I'll take my leap of faith, because then I'll really be ready. But it's like the universe is saying, no, do this with what you have. If you just have a foot and a leg and a knee, that's fine. You have plenty. Like, just do it. You will find the rest of what it is that you are seeking or what you need along the way, or once you get there. But don't wait until you have the full picture just to take that leap of faith, because you will never be ready. You'll always push it off. So what was I answering? What energy will it bring into your life? Yeah, I mean, a brand new beginning. Yeah. Very interesting. Let me actually just clarify really quick. What energy will this bring? Oh, the Ace of Cups. And it says love potion, number 1. Yeah, I think this will bring you a lot of happiness, this event, because it's little. That's what I was saying earlier too. Like, this is not $1 million, or this is not like the end all be all. This is just something very small, but enough to give you reassurance to keep going. Such as like maybe a friend that'll help you. Like, okay, an example, right? Say you want to move to a different city, state, country, but you don't have a lot. But say you have a friend or a family member or somebody where they're like, hey, just stay with me for a couple days, a couple weeks until you get a job or find your own place. It's something like that. So you're going there. Maybe you don't have a job lined up. Maybe you don't have a lot. You just have a foot, a leg, and a knee. And they're like, you know what, just chill here until you get your whole self together, and then you can, move out then and get your own place then. It feels like somebody is really there to help you. And that's why, like, it's okay to kind of just do it even if you don't have things prepared. Does that make sense? Anyway, so with this, I feel like it's gonna bring you a lot of love. Whether this is the universe helping you, a person helping you, you finding some level of stability within what you're doing, you'll be very happy. You'll be like, oh, so nice. And this is what I was saying, like, it's not 0 to 100, it's just a little bit. This is not the full picture, but it's enough to make you happy to keep going and to be like, you know what, I'm gonna be okay for another week or another couple days, or, like, I'm okay for now and I can keep going. It gives you that sense of excuse me, that sense of reassurance. How will you feel about this event? I feel like we kind of just talked about that, but okay. We'll see, how will you feel about this event? The Hierophant. Hierophant here in this sense is very similar to this awakening, because you will feel like this is a calling. Like, this is a higher calling. There is some level of higher power working here to help you. And I think especially when something clicks or something like actually works, you're just like, oh my God. Like, I would have never expected this person to help me. I would have never expected to find a job so fast, or find this so fast, or I would have never expected this to take off so quickly, but it did. And I think you'll realize that there is something much greater than just you that is helping you along this journey, which is the higher power. It could be God, it could be the universe, it could be your higher self. It's whatever you really believe in, but that's what you're gonna feel. You're gonna feel that there is something much more powerful than you that is guiding you, because things are just falling into place in ways that you would have never expected. In a way that a human being could never have things fall into place. That's how this falls into place. Like, it just falls right into your lap. Things are just falling into your lap. But it all started because you took that leap of faith. The leap of faith into the unknown. That's really what's starting everything. So yeah, you will feel like you're very divinely guided. So let's see, how will you or your life change from this event? For group 2, how will group 2 or their life change from this event? Oh, the 2 of coins. Again, there's that stability. Oh my God, their Emperor. Here we have more of a body. We're going from a foot, a leg, and a knee. Or I guess this is like your bottom half of your leg. I don't know. I don't know what this is called. I guess your leg would be the entire thing is your leg. Your shin. Okay, whatever. So here, this is, what will this bring in, or how will your life change? You're growing. You came with not much, or you started this new chapter, this new project with not a lot, but the universe is giving you exactly what you need in order to build from it. And that's why this is like, this is either some confirmation, something that is helping you build and move forward. And even though you're still not complete, like this is not a complete human body, you're getting there. And we have the 2 of Pentacles here, which is showing me that like you will find stability in this. You will find enough stability to start to build a foundation for yourself. And that's how this event that's right around the corner, that's how this will change your life, because it gives you that reassurance. Like, hey, okay, I'm on the right track. I'm doing something right here. And things are working for me. Things are falling into my lap. So yeah, you will 100% evolve and grow. And that is how it'll change your life. So then let's see, how can you prepare for this event? The moon. Interesting. Let me clarify. Oh my God, the 9 of Cups. This is literally like wish fulfillment, happily ever after. You're very, very happy. And look, it started from 1 cup and then you end up with 9. That's what I'm saying. Whatever you see now, it's definitely not the whole picture. You're just seeing little bits and pieces, but it is going to grow even beyond your wildest dreams. So what can you do to prepare for this? Just do what you love, follow your heart. The moon here is showing me that there is an element of the unknown, which makes sense because we're literally talking about you just taking that leap of faith. You don't have a lot on you. You don't have a lot of help. You're just kind of doing something and just kind of going. And the universe is saying it is meant to be an unknown. We're not going to share everything with you because that's when you learn how to have faith, how to trust the process, how to trust something other than yourself. And that's why they're not really sharing much about how or what or when. But what you can really do to get started on this is listen to your intuition and follow that intuition. Follow where your heart is taking you. If your heart is taking you abroad, go abroad. If your heart is taking you to a new city, a new state, a new job, a new school, a new anything, do it. Because that's how you can get aligned to this, is following your intuition and following your heart. Okay. I love it. All right, then I think that's everything, you guys. I wanted to just double check that I answered everything. So let's get some advice here for group number 2. Number 14, honoring my inner light. The times when I let my brightness dim are over. I fully honor my inner light. I love that. That also feels like stepping into your power, like finally taking charge. We have 29 with opening my mind. I open my mind to the love, wisdom, and guidance of the universe, and I will learn to trust again. I literally just said that. The reason they want you to go into the unknown is so you can trust that there is something out there that is looking out for you, that loves you, that wants to help you, that is guiding you. You know, you don't have to do everything on your own. And I think that's like a huge takeaway from this experience for you, is to just trust the unknown, that something is there to catch you when you take that leap of faith. Oh, I love this. That's kind of like the hand from your intro card. We have 33, being loud and powerful. I'm maintaining my standards and ideals, and I'm proudly loud and powerful about them. Oh, I love it. That literally looks like your intro card because it was a hand with flowers, and that looks like the exact same thing. Let's pick a random card. Traveling! 25. Traveling opens my mind and raises my self-development to new levels. We were heavily talking about traveling for this group, so that makes a lot of sense. But okay, group number 2. Thank you so much for letting me give you this reading, you guys. If you are interested in a private session, go ahead and email me. It's in the description below. We can have a one-on-one session where we talk to each other, or I can also send you a pre-recorded reading answering your questions. So if you feel drawn to my energy or to anything that we did here today and you want, you know, specific guidance for yourself, definitely go ahead and email me. I also have a Patreon where viewers can suggest the monthly reading, so it is personalized content over there, but there are so many readings up on Patreon, so definitely go ahead and check that out if that's something that you are interested in. But thank you guys so much for everything. Take good care of yourself, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Hey guys, if you chose this Ace of Diamonds and this Rose Quartz with a Gentle Heart Tarot, this is your group. Hello, group number 3. Thank you guys so much for being here. Before we get into it, I just have to get this off my chest. For this group, I've been feeling it since your intro, like literally since I saw this Ace of Diamonds. So even before I go over the breakdown, I just want to talk about this, you guys. Look at this. This looks like a diamond ring, doesn't it? Or it feels like a diamond ring. The fact that it's like a diamond, I just feel like whatever this opportunity is, I mean, for some of you, quite literally, you could be getting engaged. Again, take all this with a grain of salt, you guys. Like, what is this, right? What are we even doing here? This is all for fun and giggles. Like, take it with a grain of salt. Don't come at me, you know? But I literally feel like this looks like a ring. It feels like a ring. It feels like some of you could be getting engaged. Maybe some of you are getting married, which maybe you would already know that, right? Like if you're planning a wedding, you would already know if you're getting married. But I really feel like something could be changing in the dynamics of your relationship with somebody. Or it's like becoming solidified. It's becoming real in some way. The other way I can interpret this is like, say if you like just met somebody or you're just casually dating somebody, but then they ask you for like to be in a committed relationship with them. So whatever it is, it just feels like something is being solidified like one step higher than what it currently is. But it for some reason like heavily feels like relationship, or like you're meeting somebody and there could be something becoming serious between the two of you. But I was just like, this literally feels like a ring, feels like commitment or engagement, or it's like something you really want. Like, say if it's really not about a relationship at all, it's like something that you're really wanting in your life. It's like the universe is finally giving it to you. They're presenting it to you with this diamond. They're like, here you go. And the fact that this is a diamond makes me think of long-term stability, because a diamond lasts a very long time. I mean, it lasts forever, right? So it just feels like whatever this is that's right around the corner, whether you're meeting somebody, whether it's your wish fulfillments are coming true, in whatever way it is, it just feels like it's something that's going to last long term. Now, this is a pentacle card, so if we're talking about career, maybe it's something that's going to last a very long time. Maybe it's like a really good opportunity that's going to multiply your wealth, or it's going to be helping you throughout your life moving forward. But this is just so interesting, this energy. Anyway, I just wanted to say that. So let's get into the breakdown. So this is all about what is right around the corner, and how can you prepare. We'll see what is the current energy between you and this event that is happening. We will see what energy will it bring into your life. We'll see how will you feel about this event. How will you or your life change from the event. We will see how can you prepare for this, and then we'll also get advice at the very end. So yeah, that is our breakdown. So the way I have this here, let me move this over for now, is I have your current energy right here, group 3's current energy, and then we have the energy of this event that's right around the corner, and this is like the energy between the two of you. This is like the energy between the two of you. So, you know, whether it's like a mutual energy, the underlining energy, just whatever it is, it's like whatever is going on between you and whatever this is that's right around the corner. So we'll start off with your current energy, and obviously, you know, if this doesn't sound like you, please check out a different group. But let's see what is group 3's current energy. We have the second house. Oh, we have the 9 of Earth. This is the 9 of Pentacles with contentment, luxury, and independence. Oh, I love that. Oh, that makes so much sense, because the second house is all about finances. Wow, for some of you, you could really like something in your finances is improving, or you're finally gaining the rewards for something, or you're finally seeing the rewards. You're finally able to like get monetary value out of something, because this is literally about finances. And you got the Ace of Pentacles as your card, so it truly feels like you're getting a wish come true, group 3, and it has to do with wealth or some level of stability and some level of long-term stability. And for some of you, maybe you've been working towards this for a very long time, and it's like finally happening. It's finally, you know, you're finally seeing the rewards for something, or, you know, it's like you can kind of sit back and maybe enjoy the situation a little bit more. Wow. So yeah, I mean, maybe literal diamonds are coming into your life, whether someone's giving it to you, whether you're buying them for yourself, because the 9 of Pentacles is a very independent, stable, financially independent, a very self-sufficient energy. Wow, intuition. Okay, we're really starting off with a bang for group number 3. I like cannot figure out how I want to lay my cards, you guys. Like, this is kind of tough. Okay, Let's see, what is the energy of the thing that's coming into your life? Bro, Venus, this is literally 7th house. This is literally marriage and partnerships and commitment. I mean, okay. You know what? I think for a lot of you, there really is some love coming into your life. Whether this is somebody you already have in your life, whether this is somebody completely new coming into your life, Venus is thinking, I mean, this is giving diamond ring. This is giving commitment in some way. This is like, I can't make this up. Ooh, the Magician, manifestation, empowerment, preparedness. Okay. Oh my God, I'm done. I'm going home, even though I'm already home, I'm done. This is what I'm saying. 6th house with harmony, with Venus, with the diamond ring. Okay, you guys, I officially think that there is something evolving in your love life. And I do think you've been manifesting it for a long time with the Magician here. But even this looks like 2 people at the altar. They literally are wearing rings. Well, she has a ring on. I can't see the other guy's hand. That's crazy. And this is the Lover's card in this deck. So, yeah. I think that something that's right around the corner for you, Group 3, is some kind of a commitment or a higher level of commitment. So if you are independent and like you don't have somebody and you're kind of single doing that, then I think that you would be meeting somebody that has long-term potential. And this could be like a soulmate, this could be your life partner, whatever you want to call them. I think that person is right around the corner. I think it's something you're manifesting and it's happening very soon. And then if you're already, like, say you're dating somebody, then it's very possible you're taking it to the next level in some way, and it's something that's like physical and realistic. It's not just, I don't think it's just saying I love you. I think it's so much more than that. So for example, if you're with somebody, maybe you're moving in together. You know, that would be like a physical next step that is solidifying that relationship. Or say there could be an engagement that's right around the corner. It is solidifying it. Or for some of you, if you already know that you're getting married at some point in time, or you're already engaged, then maybe Spirit is saying like, this is a good sign because you're planning something with this person and it is going to work out for you. So to talk about your current energy right here, we have the 2nd house with intuition. So you have 2 out here twice. We have the 9 of Pentacles. This is Venus in Virgo energy. I think that for some of you, you could be single for a long time, you know, by choice. I think you're waiting for the right person. So you could be single for a long time, just independent, doing you and, you know, making your money, focusing on your own stability, your long-term lifestyle, focusing on you. But I still think you could be manifesting some kind of a soulmate, manifesting some kind of a relationship to come into your life. And I think that's exactly what's happening, is you are like, this person is coming into your life, whoever this person is. I think you're meeting them very soon. We have 2 major arcana here with Venus, which is also the Empress. So kind of like 3 major arcanas going on your end right now. I also think for those of you who don't have a person right now, your intuition has been very strong in telling you that somebody is coming in. There's literally a door right here. So it feels like your intuition has been saying to you, hey, Group 3, like somebody's coming in. They're coming in and they're like, the universe is giving you signs and synchronicities here and there. And they're like kind of getting you prepared for the fact that somebody is entering your life very soon. They're right around the corner. But for some reason, it feels slow. For those of you who are single, it feels like the universe has been giving you hints and intuitively like giving you these signs, synchronicities, like telling you, hey, somebody's coming in. But I feel like they've dragged it out for some time. Like, this doesn't feel like this just started yesterday. I think that if you're receiving signs and synchronicities about a soulmate, you have been receiving this for like months, maybe even years. I don't know why it's taken them so long And I don't know why they started giving you signs so early, because it's like, well, you didn't have to like do it like years before this person's coming in. Or for some of you, you just know, like intuitively, you just know that somebody is coming into your life and it is the person you've been waiting for this entire time. But this energy doesn't feel like you're seeking a relationship. It does not feel like you're chasing a relationship, because again, with this person sitting here so content, looking at her own creations, her own life, her own beautiful garden, her own stability, her own money, this is somebody that's really happy within their own life, and they've been that way, and they're very content, and they're doing well for themselves. And I don't think group three's current energy is chasing a relationship or chasing people or chasing love. I think you've been very patient with the situation, but love could have kind of just been on the back burner, like you're not seeking it. But the universe has been dropping hints that something is coming in. And even with the second house, I think you've been taking your career seriously, your stability seriously, just focusing on you. You know what I just realized? This is Venus in Virgo. Did I say that earlier? Because I just connected that you have Venus out here twice. I do think group three, whether you're single or you're not single, I do think you're very aligned to your higher self, and you're very aligned to the life that you are meant to be living. And I think this could have been more recent for some of you. Some of you could have had a recent energetic shift that has now aligned you to this person or to some like next level of commitment in some way. It feels like you could have had a recent shift, or you have been aligned for quite some time. Oh, I'm really excited for this energy. This actually feels so great. And the fact that that energy with this being something about commitment, or like I was saying, it's like a wish come true, like your wishful desires are coming true and it's sustainable in the long term. The fact that I was feeling that even in the intro, way before I dealt these cards, is just so crazy how strong this energy is. So if you are sensing that there is a relationship right around the corner, or like something is progressing in your love life, I think you're right. I think that whatever the scenario, something is moving forward. So you are right about that. And I just think this is just such a perfect energy. I think that it's something you're manifesting. There is harmony, literally, very harmonious energy. It's like two people that are aligned, that are either finally meeting each other or that are finally aligned to evolve together. Does that make sense? If you already know this person. And it almost feels like you're starting a new chapter, or like starting a new life with this person. Or if you're getting into a relationship with them, it's like you're starting this new phase of your life with this person. Or if it's a higher level commitment, it's like you're starting that new chapter with this person. Venus out here multiple times also can talk about motherhood, because it's Empress and Venus is, the mom. So mother, I mean, some of you could literally be expecting a child at some point when you're watching this. And I think you would already know if you're pregnant, but for some of you, there could be something about pregnancy, or your family is growing, or just something about expecting a child. Again, take this with a grain of salt. Don't come at me if that's not 100% accurate, but I'm saying Venus is the Empress and the Empress is the mother. So for somebody, one person out there, you could be expecting. So then let's see, what is the energy of the two, like the energy between the two. Oh, the Ace of Swords. Oh, it feels so right. Like this group, everything is flowing together very well right now because it's finally aligned. Even this is feeling like two are coming together, because it's like mirroring. It's like two's coming together and it finally feels right and it's finally aligned. And you got two aces with the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Diamonds here. So it feels like something is energetically aligning for you, but also it is aligning practically and physically. And it's aligning in your reality as well. So for some of you, I wonder if, I'm curious how you're, like, if you're meeting somebody, I'm very curious to see how. But I don't think I'm really asking that today. I'm looking over my questions of what I'm asking. So I'm just very curious about like the circumstances around everything. But all I will say is your energy and somebody else's energy is aligning. Whether you know them, whether you don't, whether you're two strangers or you're already in each other's lives, it is aligning so you can finally evolve into something more. Okay, I think that's everything I'm seeing. I think that's everything I've said. And there's just so much excitement and happiness. And for some of you, if you've been waiting a while, I think there is just this like, oh, it's finally happening. Like there's this sense of relief. Okay, let me go ahead and kind of organize this. So now we can go in with your deck that you chose to get more specific messages here. Yeah, this being the Ace of Swords, I mean, this is a breakthrough. This is clarity. This is that alignment. So I think that the energy between the two things is very good. You know, I don't see any trouble between you and whatever this is, whether, you know, it's a person, whether it's something more with the person. I don't see any troubles. I see it flowing very smoothly, and it is very aligned. Okay, so then let me shuffle this and let's answer these questions. Even this feels like the Four of Wands, where there's like that archway over them. It just, again, makes me feel like a home or a wedding or some kind of a celebration. For some of you, if you're already engaged or already past that, maybe you're having some kind of a party sometime very soon. So like an engagement party, housewarming party, bridal stuff, baby stuff, you know, like there could be some kind of a celebration that's coming in very soon as well. Okay, so first, let's see, what energy will this bring into your life? What kind of energy will this bring into Group 3's life? What kind of energy will this bring into Group 3's life? We have the Page of Crystals. That is the Page of Wands. Oh, that's really similar. It feels very similar to this Magician energy because it's giving you that spark again. It's giving you that like excited energy again, or like it's like rejuvenating in some way. And it's like kind of waking you up, especially if you've been single for a while. I think you like meeting this person, it's gonna like give you that spark back, give you that excitement back into your life again. And it's like you're feeling fun, you're feeling flirty, you're also feeling good about your body. I think like if you know, like when you meet somebody and you're like going out on dates and you're like spending time with them, then you're like getting dressed up, or like you're feeling good about yourself because you're presenting yourself in a good way. And you know, it's like it's so much fun to like dress up and to like go out and to like do all these things. So I feel like it'll bring like a very fun, flirty, a life, like a life, what am I trying to say, a lifelike. It's bringing life back into your life. I know I could have found better words, but I can't right now. Let me see, how will you feel about this event? So whatever it is, whether it's meeting somebody, whether it's a surprise from somebody, a higher level of commitment, how will Group 3 feel about this event? Oh my gosh, the Eight of Wands, Sagittarius energy, expansion. You could feel like you're gonna fly. You're gonna feel like you're up in the clouds. This is Mercury in Sagittarius energy. So you feel that excitement again. This is more fire. So again, there is that passion and you feel like, oh my God, like let's go. Like you're so excited. You know, I can sense you being like, I'm so ready, I'm so excited. And you feel like the world, like there's no limits around you. The world is your limit. The world is your oyster. And it just feels like you can do anything. You just feel like you could fly. You know that feeling when you just get like that excitement and that hopefulness and that adrenaline and that love, and you're just like, oh my gosh, like is this finally happening for me? Like am I finally having a wish come true? So it feels very fun. And you're gonna feel like an out of body experience. I don't know why it's coming through like that. I mean, take that in any way possible, but it just feels like you it's yeah, it just feels like lots of excitement, a lot of passion. You're gonna feel like you can fly. And you're gonna be so happy, so excited. It really is giving you that spark back. So for a lot of you, if you are single and you're like, you know, you've been single for a while, I do think like this is really bringing some passion back into your life, and passion that you have been missing out on in a long time. And I'm not saying that you were missing that passion, because I think there's a difference, because we're talking about you being very independent, doing your own thing, and you were not looking for a relationship. But when you feel this excitement with somebody again, you're going to be like, oh my God, I haven't felt this in a long time. Whether it's months, whether it's years, you're going to be like, wow, like that feels nice. Like that passion is nice. That excitement, the butterflies, like all of that is so nice. And I think you just haven't felt that in such a long time. And then for those of you, if this is like a higher level of commitment with somebody, then that excitement is still there, and you just feel like the possibilities are endless within your future together, within your life together, moving forward, making plans, all these things. It's like it just brings that spark into your life. Let's see, how will you or your life change from this event? How will group 3 or their life change from this event? Okay, it's taking a while. How will group 3 or... Oh, that's actually so sweet. We have the 2 of diamonds, the 2 of pentacles. I just, like, immediately it felt like you're just adding something more to your life, especially something that is worthy, you know, because diamonds, obviously, they're expensive, they're worthy, they are worth something. So it feels like the way it's changing your life is it's adding something to your life that you have either been missing out on, or like something that's just like worthy. I don't know why it's coming through like that, because I don't want to say that like your life is not worthy without this. That's obviously 100% not what I'm saying, but it feels like it just adds more stability to your life, or just like brings more to your life. It brings more than you had before. And maybe you were, you know, I think you were still doing good before this. You still had a lot going for yourself on your own before this, or even, you know, if you were in a relationship, you still had things going for you in your life in general, but it feels like it's just adding more. And I love that there's 2, because it feels like it's adding somebody else, and that is priceless. You know, like this doesn't even have to be about material things. It could be maybe you are gaining something materially or financially, or, you know, maybe now like you're moving into a bigger home together, and that is something that you didn't have before. Maybe it's like your materials and financial things are, it's like doubling, because now there's 2 people coming together. But I also feel like in the sense of just an energy, like a person, you know, that love, it also feels like the 2 of Cups in the sense where it's like, you know, if this person was not in your life, like, yeah, like you would be one on your own. So now there's 2 people coming together, and it's like more than what you had before. And especially when it comes to like somebody's energy, somebody where you're spending time together, you're, you know, it's like this. It's like that is worth a lot than compared to if you were alone and you did not have that. Does that make sense? But yeah, it feels like it's bringing something that's really worthwhile into your life. And I think you're going to be so elated, so happy, so excited about it. Let me get one more card. How will you or your life change from this? And it's interesting, it took a while. Because you're going from 1 to 2. That's what I'm trying to say. It's interesting how this question is taking so long compared to our other questions. Oh, we have the King of Crystals. This is the King of Wands. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius could be very specific because that's all I'm seeing is fire. We have Capricorn here. Your second house could be significant. We have Venus twice. We have Virgo here. This is Cancer energy. And Venus is Taurus and Libra, so that could be significant. And then we have Gemini here. And then this is Mercury energy here. This being Mercury, and this reminded me of a celebration. You could meet this person in public somewhere because Mercury is about communication. We're using our throat chakra, we're talking, we're mingling, and this being a celebration is making me think of like a party. Maybe you're meeting this person at somebody else's party, you know, like you're both invited somewhere. Maybe you're meeting in a crowded place, because I'm hearing chatter, like I'm hearing people talking. You know, when you're in a room and you can hear like all this chatter around you. So you could be meeting this person when you're out somewhere or in some kind of a social setting where other people are there. And it's feeling like a lot of people are there. You could even be meeting at somebody else's wedding. Because it feels like maybe you both go there single, like as your own person, but then you're like coming out of it with each other's contact information, or you're coming out of it as a pair in some way. But yeah, I feel like if we're talking about any kind of a setting, it just feels loud. I'm hearing a lot of chatter. And it's like two people that are going there and like getting introduced to each other, or you're just like seeing each other from across the room or something like that. But everything feels very divinely timed, divinely orchestrated for you to like get there, because the energy between the two of you is moving well and it is aligned. So there is like divine timing, and the universe is taking the two of you to somewhere and you are meeting each other there. Okay, so this was what was I asking? How will you feel? Oh, how will you or your life change from this? Yeah, again, I think with the King of Wands here, universe is just showing me that like this is just adding something to your life. And I think again, in this sense, it's like a person. This could be the King or Queen of Wands, but it's like it's adding a person to your life, and that's almost priceless. And I think that's why I kept saying like there's something worthy that's coming into your life, because I think you can't put a price on it. It's the fact that this is another soul, it's another person, it's your soulmate or your you know, lifelong partner. It's the fact that you're gaining a whole person in some way, or you're gaining this commitment to this person in some way. Yeah, I think I'm gonna stop working on this because I can't think of how else to explain that. Okay, so then let's see, how can you prepare for this event for group 3? How can group 3 prepare for this event? See, these questions are taking, the first two didn't take that long. How can group 3 prepare for this event? Three of Swords in the reverse. And then we have the Two of Cups underneath that. I was just talking about the Two of Cups. How can you prepare for this event? The Three of Swords in the reverse just talks about healing. So I think what Spirit is saying is, in order for you to prepare is to really just heal from the past, especially since we're talking about relationships. I think they want you to keep your heart open and have an open mind, because you know, this Three of Swords, this could be past heartbreaks, past pain, trauma, people from our past that we could still be holding on to. And it's so crazy that we have the soulmate card. So Spirit is really saying, in order for you to prepare, because it feels like you're already aligned, but maybe how you could even speed up this process, or yeah, just prepare better and be open-minded to receiving this person when the universe does present them to you. It's to really leave anything from the past in the past, you know. And again, this could be expectations, this could be pain, this could be how somebody treated you, this could be a person. But they're saying, if we're bringing that into the present and into the future, then we might not be open to accepting this new person. Because say if we're hung up on somebody, but then the universe puts your soulmate right in front of you, you're not going to see that, because maybe you're hung up on somebody and that's all you're thinking about, and like you're not able to see that your soulmate's right in front of you. I could also see this as a sense of like being open-minded, because say in the past, like say in the past, or yeah, like how do I want to give an explanation? Like say something happened in the past and you're afraid that if you were to do something again, you would repeat that. Such as like say if you didn't have a good experience, like in the past when it comes to your love life, you didn't have a good experience and that is something that has stuck with you up until now, then it's like you wouldn't be open-minded when say somebody's inviting you to do something, or if you meet somebody, maybe you're not open to it because you're like, well, you know what, the last time I met somebody, I got hurt really bad and I feel like it's going to happen again. So Spirit really wants you to detach from any, you know, previous people, previous heartbreaks, previous expectations, even previous experiences, because that's when you bring that into the future and then you're not open-minded and you're not ready to accept what the universe is putting right in front of you. So I think just detaching from anything from the past and truly staying open-minded would allow you to truly be aligned for this person to come into your life. Now, for some of you, if you are completely detached and completely, you're not thinking about anybody, you're not hurt from anything anymore, like you are completely healed, then I think that's what's, for those of you, that is Spirit saying, well, you are totally aligned and you are ready for this, and it is actually happening faster for you because you're already aligned to it. And for those of you who are not aligned to it, then I think there's just a little bit more to maybe work on and heal from and detach from, and then that is aligning you to this event that would happen after that. Does that make sense? But it really feels like all roads are leading down to this soulmate, which is very nice to see. So that is my reading for you, group 3. Sorry I got really excited and I was kind of yelling at one point in time, but I was really excited for this group. So let's get some advice. Advice for group 3. Whoa. Oh my gosh, look at that. Number 2 with letting go. It says, now is the time to let go of everything that no longer serves me. That's what I was just saying. For some of you, if you are still holding on to something from the past, that is interfering with this new person coming in. And the universe is almost just like waiting for you. They're like, you know what? When you're ready, we will bring this person into your life. We have 25 with traveling. Remember I was saying I feel like you're going to meet somebody in a crowded place? So maybe it has something to do with traveling. Traveling opens my mind and raises my self-development to new levels. Love that. Yeah, like you could be going somewhere. Even if it's not traveling out, like out far, it could even just be in, you know, in where you, around where you live, going to new places, just trying new things and being open-minded. 30, I am blooming. I'm full of authenticity because I bloom exactly the way I was always meant to. That's the second rainbow. There's one there and then there's a rainbow up there. We'll take this one. we have 31. Oh, you got 30 and 31. Visualizing my wildest dreams. I know the power of my thoughts, and visualizing them will lead me to live the life of my wildest dreams. Okay, group number 3, thank you so much for letting me give you this message. Sorry, I got really excited and I was kind of yelling and kind of all over the place, but I am calm now. So thank you guys for letting me indulge in your energy. I love it. I think you're doing great. I think you're on the right track to meeting somebody, or some of you, you're very soon, or it's going to happen very soon. And for others of you, I think you're definitely already on the right track. So thank you so much. Or if this is higher level commitment, then you know what's so interesting? I was just thinking, if this is about a higher level of commitment, then you have to really heal and let go of any pain from the past that is keeping you from committing, or from getting engaged, or from getting married, or from, yeah, or you know what I mean? Like sometimes when we're so hurt and traumatized, and maybe we committed to somebody before, maybe we lived with them before, we were in a long-term relationship with somebody who really hurt us. And if we're still holding on to that negativity, then now, say when the universe does give us our soulmate, but we're still holding on to somebody that hurt us, then maybe we're not ready to commit, or we're not ready for whatever is next. And I think for those of you, if if you're already in a situation with somebody, then I think that, I think that makes more sense for you. If the past is keeping you from truly committing to somebody new, then that is what you would have to work on in order to align. Okay, anyway, thank you so much. If you want to book a private reading with me, go ahead and send me an email. We can have one-on-one sessions, or I can send you a pre-recorded reading answering your questions. I also have a Patreon if you're interested in exclusive content. The viewers get to suggest the monthly readings, and that is also in the description below. So check all of that out. But have a great rest of your day or night, wherever you are. Thank you for letting me be here today, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye. Hey guys, if you chose the Marseille Tarot with this 8 of Wands, and this little crystal that is so small, I literally cannot pick it up with my long nails, and my hand is dry. Okay. This combination right here, if you chose this, you guys, this is your group. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of your support. Let's set her down before she runs away. Okay, so let's talk about our reading today. This is all about what is right around the corner. We're going to start off with an energy check of you and what this event is. We're going to see what energy will this bring into your life. How will you feel about this? How will you or your life change from it? How can you prepare for this? And then, of course, we'll also get advice for you as well. So that is what we are talking about today, all about what is right around the corner and how it will affect your life, pretty much. So, one thing I do want to say, this is my first time using this deck. I actually bought this deck like 6 to 8 months ago, and it was just sitting on my shelf, and every time I went to use it, I was always hesitant. I don't know why. So yeah, over the past 6 to 8 months, I was always hesitant, but today I was like, you know what, today's the day. Today's the day I'm gonna finally use this deck. So yeah, so bear with me. The imagery on this deck is very straightforward. There's no artwork, there's nothing abstract, so we're really going off of the most basic, and our interpretation, of course, and our intuition, but there's not anything fancy going on with this deck, so bear with me as we navigate this together. So, what I wanted to say is with the 8 of Wands, actually, there could be something picking up speed in your life. There could be, the momentum could be shifting for something, or, something's coming in, something's happening, something is picking up speed, because the 8 of Wands is Sagittarius energy. So it's fast-paced, it's forward movement. It's also Mercury, so it could be about communication or something that you're hearing about, or maybe you are sending out communication some way. But yeah, something could be picking up speed, because it's a fast-paced card. So here we have our energy checks, and to kind of see what's going on, we're going to start with your energy right here. This is group four's current energy. This is the energy of what is right around the corner, and this is the energy between the two things. So yeah, and you guys actually got 2 cards for this. Most groups got only 1. So this is whatever is kind of lingering in between. So it'll make more sense once we get into it. So let's get started. This is group four's current energy. Pluto. Okay, there could definitely be a shift. There could be some huge shift happening right now in your life. 6 of Fire, success, recognition, self-esteem. Oh, I love that. And the 6 of Wands, you know, is a few cards before the 8 of Wands. It feels like you're taking your power back, and I love it. And it feels like because you're taking your power back, it's causing a huge energetic shift all around you. Oh my God, I love that. Triumph and success. Look at that. Both of these imageries, there's a person holding something with their hand and looking very proud, feeling very proud, very determined, motivated, and very optimistic. Also very confident. I love that. So it does feel like because you're taking your power back in some way, or because you're finding confidence to do something, the momentum is shifting. Your energy is gaining momentum because you're finally putting yourself out there, or you're finally gaining that confidence. So that actually makes a lot of sense about like the momentum is shifting in some way for this group. Oh my God, I love it. I love this energy so far. So there is a very specific energy that's coming through. I feel like this has something to do with your public image, because the 6 of Wands does talk about like having all eyes on you, or you're doing something to put yourself in front of people, in front of a crowd. And it also reminds me of like your talents or your skills. So there's like something that you're finally gaining enough confidence in to put yourself out there. So whether that's like being up on a stage, whether that's like performing, whether that's your arts and crafts, or whatever it is, it just feels like you're finally gaining confidence in something that you're passionate about enough to put yourself out there, or for people to view you, or to view your products, or to view like what you are creating. And I love this energy because I think for a while you were not acting on this. So say like you're really passionate about something, for example, like a musician, you know, say that you love to perform, but you've always been very nervous about performing in front of people, or on a stage, or in front of a crowd, and you always kind of just kept it to yourself. I feel like the moment you actually said, you know what, like I'm really good at this, this is my passion, this is what I want to do, and you kind of get over that hurdle of that stage fright, and you actually like get the momentum going towards this, that's when everything really shifts in your energy. So for this to be your current energy, I think for a lot of you, the shift is already happening because you've already, you know, conquered. I am burping so much, I'm sorry. You've already conquered that stage fright, or the fear of putting yourself out there, and the shift is already happening. For some of you, you could be very close to this shift. So for some of you, you're still like debating, okay, like, do I want to do this? You know, I'm so nervous. But deep down, there is like a fire in your soul because you are so passionate about whatever this is. And I think you want to do it so bad, but it's just that fear of being in the public eye, or the fear of criticism, or just the fear of stage fright that is getting in the way. I could also see this as like posting content online. Say like you really want to post content online, so like on TikTok or Instagram or YouTube, but you're like so nervous to like put your face out there, but you really have like content you want to create that you're really good at, and you feel very passionate about it, and you like want to share with the world, share with people, but you have that stage fright of getting your first video up, or getting your first few videos up. And I think it's something you really want to do, but you have been holding yourself back for quite some time. So for some of you, you've already ripped off that band-aid, and you're already conquering that stage fright, which is giving you this newfound confidence and this newfound success. And there's this huge shift in your energy because of it. And then for others of you, you're very close to doing this. Like your intuition is telling you, just do it. You know, you're going to have so much fun. Like you really want to. And I think you're debating, and you're like going back and forth. Do I? Do I not? But I do think you will you know, hopefully you will come to the point of doing it and your energy will shift. So it just feels like either your energy has already shifted or it'll shift once you make this decision to be confident and to put yourself out there. And there's also this energy of like, don't care about what anyone else thinks or says. And I think that's what's going to help you gain that confidence. Like when you realize like I am authentic, I'm going to be me, I'm bringing something unique to the table. When you have that perspective and it's like you believe in yourself and you know that you are good enough, and as long as you believe in yourself, you can do it. You know, I think spirit is really saying to you, if you're having trouble putting yourself out there and being confident, spirit is saying to you like, don't listen to criticism, don't listen to negativity. Do it because you want to do it, not because other people have something to say. So because there is this energy of like, I love myself, I believe in myself, I know I'm good enough, and I don't care what anyone thinks. So take that however that might resonate, but I do love this energy so far. And I think it'll, yeah, like the momentum is shifting to where you are finding success and you are moving forward with something that you are very passionate about. So then let's see what is right around the corner. For group number 4, what is right around the corner? Oh my God, we have the 10th house. This is literally public recognition. This is literally the public eye, your status, fame, the way the world views you, the way you present yourself to this world. But it's like, really, it's all about your reputation, your status, and fame. Like quite literally. I'm actually kind of shocked that we have this out. So I think that's the case for almost, I guess, for anyone that's watching group 4. If you're really drawn to this, I think that success is right around the corner. And you might not even get there if you don't start. For some of you, if you're really holding yourself back, spirit is saying there is so much success that you're going to miss out on if you don't put yourself out there. And that's why this is such a big shift, because Pluto's like a once in a lifetime energy. And it's very transformative. Again, once in a lifetime, not many people experience this. So it feels like the energy could shift and turn so big that you're literally doing something that's like a 1 in a million kind of a situation. Or it's like the growth is tremendous, or the success, the fame, the whatever it is that you're trying to do, it's like you would grow so big, like you don't even realize the potential. Okay, let's go ahead and look at the rest of the energy of what is right around the corner for group 4. Ace of Water with emotions, relationships, and intuition. So that is the Ace of Cups. That little girl is so cute. Ooh, and then we have transformation with the number 13. Wow, this green, black and green could be significant colors for you during this, whatever this is that's happening. It could be significant, especially green. There's green everywhere, but like this like kind of like neon shade of green seems significant. Wow, yeah, wasn't I just talking about a transformation? Because transformation is Pluto, is literally Scorpio and Pluto energy. This could either be, oh, I think this is the Death card. I was gonna say this could either be the Tower or the Death. This is the Death card, which is Scorpio and Pluto. So yeah, I mean, this energy is very heavy. So I really think that whatever it is you're working on, your life is literally about to like flip. Like what is it? What do they say? Like 100 and, oh, like do a 360. Like you are going from 0 to 360. Because this is really going to change everything for you. Now, I'm not seeing a specific thing because I'm sure, you know, there's more than one person watching this. So I'm just getting like this general energy that it's something to do with the public. So like your public image, your reputation, your status, things are really transforming and you're going from like 0 to 100. Especially if you've kind of just been like making steady progress, or if you're just putting yourself out there. I mean, it's about to like blow up. Like it's kind of blowing up out of proportion, kind of that 1 in a million kind of an energy that I was feeling. And I love that we have the Ace of Cups. You know, it's showing me that even though there is some kind of a physical change, so like your status or the numbers, followers or money, if it's some kind of a physical change, there is still emotional change here too. Because with the Ace of Cups, it's showing me that you're still very happy with the change that is happening, and it is like what your heart wants. Because again, with all this green, it's making me think of the heart chakra. So it's showing me that you are going to be so happy and so proud of yourself because you're seeing results, and you're going to be so happy that you started in the first place. So to summarize this energy, it feels like you are finally gaining confidence to put yourself out there in some way, or to work on something, or to start something. You're just finally gaining confidence, and you're moving towards that goal. And because of that, the universe is throwing in this huge shift to help you. And then it's like it literally changes your life in a very rapid energy. It changes your life. And then you literally are sitting with people recognizing you, some kind of fame, recognition, status, maybe even making more money off of this situation. And I think it's literally going to change your life. And even if it doesn't change your life immediately, it still changes your life. So for example, right, like say you're doing something online, or you started an online business or something like that. So now you're gaining more orders, and it's changing your life because now, say maybe you can work on this part-time, and then you can like take time off from like your whatever you were doing before. Like say it changes your job path, because maybe now you are making money, so you can put more time into your online business, and that actually changes your life, or the direction that your life was headed in. Or say even if you're making music or publishing something, even just like little steps, even if it's not $1 million right away, the little steps, it helps you realize, wow, okay, if I devote more time to this, then it could go to $1 million. It could really go all the way to the top. So I do feel like this shift is changing your life, even if it's a little bit. I do feel like it's not going to be like that $1 million for everybody that comes in right away. But I do think even if it's little shifts or little things here and there, it is still changing your life in the grand scheme of things. And it all has to do with what you started, with what you finally gained confidence in and put yourself out there. And that's why I'm not getting any specifics. I think just it boils down to you gained confidence, you put yourself out there, and the universe is now helping you, giving you that boost. And they're almost like, they're like boosting you. Like they are literally boosting you. And now people are recognizing you, and people are noticing you, and people maybe want to work with you. And then that also could change your life, because now you have collaborations and you have all these things, right? So it's like it snowballs into something that is incredibly transformative, and it really feels like a 1 in a million scenario, and you never thought that was possible. And that's why the universe wants you to get started so bad. And if you've already started, then they're just so happy for you, because you feel like that 1 in a million. And I love that. I love this energy, and you're going to be so emotionally fulfilled on top of it. So it's perfect. It's like best of both worlds. So let's go ahead and see what is this energy in the middle that is like connecting, or just what the energy is in between your current energy and this, milestone, this transformative period, this recognition, whatever this is that's right around the corner. Ace of Wands. You have two aces. You have the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Cups. That also shows me that you're really starting a new chapter when it comes to this. So it feels like you're going viral. It's kind of like that. It feels like you're either going viral, or somebody recognizes you and now they want to like help you, they want to work with you. But it's like because of that one thing, a lot of other things are blowing up with it. Because that one thing went viral, now a lot of people know you. Or because that one company wants to work with you, now suddenly you're being like propelled in different directions, and now more people are noticing you and recognizing you. It feels like that. It feels like a one opportunity that you are working on, it just kind of takes off, and it takes you and it branches you out into multiple different things. That's why even if it's a little thing, maybe it's a little collaboration, or maybe it's just one video that goes viral or one thing, it still changes the course of your life because now other things are following behind it. With the Eight of Cups. The energy between you and this event that's right around the corner is the Ace of Wands and the Eight of Cups, and they came out together, which makes me feel like there's something you have to walk away from, Group 4. You have to walk away from something and towards your intuition. And maybe that's why this timeline thing on when this could happen, it's going to be different for everybody, because for some of you, maybe you have already walked away from something and you're already in this energy, and in this energy of like, yes, I'm going to do it. I'm confident. I'm taking charge. I'm going to like pursue what I want to pursue. Like, for example, and this is like a very boiled down example that everyone could probably relate to, is that if this is just a dream, you have a dream, but you're sitting in your comfort zone, or you're afraid and you have stage fright, you're afraid to put yourself out there, you're afraid to chase this dream. So all of this success that is waiting for you, it's on the other side of this dream, or like it's on the other side of this path. But it's like, until you get started and you walk away from whatever this is towards your dream, you're not going to get to the other side, which is this success that's waiting for you. So it feels like some of you, maybe you've already started pursuing this dream, because that's what I see here. And then that would mean you are closer to this. For others of you, you still have to walk away from something that's, it's like just inauthentic, or you're living an inauthentic life. You're not following your dreams. You're not pursuing your passions. And that is what you would eventually have to walk away from, because the Eight of Cups is a lack of emotional fulfillment. You know, you're hanging around these 8 cups, but they're empty. There's nothing to be gained here. So it just feels like, you know, you're living or doing or a part of something that is just emotionally unfulfilling. And the universe is saying, well, if you want to do this and you want to take power back and live the life that you want to live and live your dreams and all of that, then you have to walk away from that emptiness towards the thing that can actually get you here. And I feel like that's what this in-between energy is telling me, is that you have to do it yourself. That's why I was even saying, like, it's this person holding up their power. Even this, it's a hand holding up the sword. It's like, this is my power. This is my free will. This is my desires, and I'm going to take action towards it. It's like, I am doing this. It's not happening to me. I am doing it. And I think that's very important here, because if you're waiting for the universe to just like plop this dream into your life, I don't think it's going to happen, because you have to meet them halfway. And so yeah, they need you to walk away from something that's unfulfilling, that puts you on this path of this bigger picture of chasing whatever this dream is. And I think it's very possible. It's very possible that even just one step of deciding to walk away from that unfulfilling energy puts you in alignment with this new beginning here. So this is really nice, group, for very specific energy. So this really gives like fame, status, going viral, online persona, all eyes on you. It's kind of giving that, you know what I mean? So I think it could really change your life. Okay, so that's why this, if this was a time frame, it just feels like for some of you, you could be closer because maybe you did walk away and you're ready to pursue this. For others of you, you could be a little farther away because you have not walked away yet. This transformation card is so pretty. I think I actually might keep it out like that. That way we can see the green. Okay. And that makes a lot of sense for the heart chakra, because we're talking about you being a part of something that's emotionally unfulfilling. And then here, your heart is fulfilled. because you're doing what you actually want to be doing and it's working out for you. Okay, first time using this deck on anyone, even myself. Like, I've never even read this on myself before. This card. Not this card, this deck. I get to the point in my readings where I just can't talk anymore. Okay, so now let's answer these questions. Let's see. What energy will this event bring into your life for group 4? What energy will this event bring into group 4's life? Even if this is not fame, I mean, because yeah, it's a general reading. Not everyone wants to be in the public eye. Not everyone wants to start their own business. Not everyone wants that. But I think in a much broader sense, Spirit is saying that you would be very successful with whatever it is you're pursuing. So again, it doesn't have to be fame for everybody, but it's like you would just be risen to the top with whatever it is that you are pursuing, because you're that good at it, but also it's a part of your destiny. Okay, what energy will this event bring into group 4's life? Okay. We have the Page of Swords. Let me clarify. Let's clarify this Page of Swords of what energy will this bring into group 4's life. It really feels like a new beginning, because we see, oh, this is an ace too. I just realized we have the Ace of Swords, Ace of Wands, Ace of Cups, and then the Page of Swords. This is the Four of Pentacles in the reverse, because I think this would be upright. This would be upright, reverse. Okay. So the energy this brings into your life is the Page of Swords and the Four of Pentacles in the reverse. It really, okay, how do I put this into words? It makes you realize that you don't have to be in the same place where you are right now. Because the Four of Pentacles, it talks about this energy of like you're really holding on to something, but you're kind of stuck in stone. Like you're in one place. I always see it as like you're kind of just stuck to something. You're really holding on to something and you're just like sturdy and you're not moving away from it. So with this in the reverse, it feels like you're realizing that you don't have to be stuck. You don't have to be in one place. You can plant seeds wherever the heck you want. You can go and do whatever you want. You know, it makes you realize that there's actually so many possibilities, and it's not just here and now and this is what my life is and this is what I'm doing. It's anywhere, everywhere, all at once, all the time. Like, it's helping you realize that life is so much more, or there are so many more possibilities than the little things that you are doing on an everyday basis, or it's like, or where you are or where you have been. You know what I mean? Like it makes you realize like the possibilities are actually endless, because you're not stuck in one place. You're not set in stone. And it gives you that like awakening in a sense, because you're realizing, oh wow, I mean, I can go to so many different places. Maybe this is something you could do remotely, and that actually opens up a whole new world for you. You know, maybe this is something that helps you travel a lot. Maybe whatever it is, it just helps you realize that you don't have to be stuck in one place. I don't know how else to explain that, but if it makes sense, you'll understand. And same thing with the Page of Swords. This is a very curious energy. So it just helps you realize like, wow, I don't have to be doing this for the rest of my life. Like, I have other opportunities, I have other talents, I have other skills, I have other avenues that are opening up for me. Like, it kind of just broadens your horizons in a way. Let's see, how will you feel about this event? Oh, let's see, I was going to say something, but it's fine. How will Group 4 feel about this event that's right around the corner? The Hanged Man. Oh, how interesting. Let's clarify. Ace of Wands. Very interesting looking one. Um, Another ace. You got the Ace of Wands out here twice. It helps you realize, again, I think it's that same energy of like, there's just so much potential. And it makes you realize that you have so much untapped potential. Especially if you've kind of been holding back because you've been nervous and afraid and have stage fright. It's like all of this makes you realize anything is possible and you have so much potential that you haven't even tapped into yet. Because again, if this is something little, like a video goes viral or now you're getting recognized, it helps you realize like, wow, imagine if this happened all the time. Or imagine if I grew to the point where I'm having collaborations all the time. Or it's like, you know, if you got a raise or a promotion or you're being recognized within a company, within your career field, you're realizing, oh my God, I can work my way to the top. Like all of this just makes you realize that you don't have to be in one place and that you have so much untapped potential. It's really giving you that perspective shift about yourself. And you're realizing, well, if this is possible, what else is possible? And I think you're also realizing that you're the only one that's in your way. And I think maybe you realized that before, but you're realizing nobody's stopping me except myself, except my own fears. So I think you're having this huge like introspective moment about it, which is amazing because that's what helps you shift. That's the transformation. That's what's propelling you into this new life. I think you will be very mature about this as well. Because I think you're mature already. So I think you'll feel very good about it and you'll feel very like you'll tackle it in a practical sense, which is good. So let's see, how will you or your life change from this event? How will group 4 or their life change? This is swords. Is this wands or is this swords? Oh my gosh. I think wands are straight. Swords are curved. Okay, we have the 3 of swords. Let me clarify. How will group 4 or their life change? Can we clarify this 3 of swords? Judgment. That's so interesting. The 3 of swords does talk about sadness, but I don't think you're sad because of this. I think this is something that makes you very happy and excited. It makes you very optimistic about the future. But the sadness is coming from the fact that you waited so long. Like it's like that energy where you're almost disappointed in yourself that you didn't do this sooner and that you didn't like follow your intuition sooner, or you didn't you didn't take action sooner. I feel like it's almost a disappointment to you towards yourself because you're like, oh wow, like I've been wanting to do this for so long. I'm so happy. I'm so emotionally fulfilled. Like things are actually working in my favor so I can accomplish these dreams. But it sucks that I waited so long to do it. And I think you have this mindset of like, well, what if I would have started sooner? What if I like done this earlier? What if I didn't waste so much time? So I think there's just this, again, I think that's part of this realization and that transformation that you are going through, or you will go through, is that you're just like, dang, like I can't believe I've been living in a shell for so long. Because again, it opens you up to realize there's so much in this world. There's so many opportunities. There's so many potentials. There's so much potential. So then it just makes you kind of sad about it to yourself. But I think that's just something you're going to accept and eventually heal from and move on from. I don't think the sadness will linger for a long time. But I think like in the moment when your life is drastically changing, I think you're very happy that everything is finally taking its shape. But there's just this like, oh, I should have done it sooner, or I should have listened. If somebody has been telling you to like get started on it, or somebody's been telling you for a long time, like, hey, like you have a lot of potential, you should just do it, maybe friends, family, you know, it almost feels like I should have listened sooner. I should have done something sooner. Let me get one more card. How will group 4 or their life change after this? 6 of Wands. That's the exact same card. Yeah, I think you're also going to realize that time is limited. I know it sounds so interesting because you're having such an abstract transformation. Like, oh, I didn't even realize my cat was in here. You're having such abstract transformations because it's like, not just are you having like money and success and like, you know, you're doing well with whatever this is, or your career's taking off, but it's also the fact that you realize so many internal things about yourself. And I think that's very important, and that's like a huge reason you're having this transformation, is to go through those internal realizations. But I love that the 6 of Wands is here. And yeah, so even if there is any sadness, or you know, if you do feel a certain way about things, I do think that your life is changing because you are just a whole new you. You know what I mean? Like, once you gain some status and your career changes, or your finances change, or your reputation changes, you can't really go back to how you were before. So I do think that like you're almost in a more luxurious energy, like there's more abundance around you and there's just more confidence within you. So it feels like a change that's going to last, because now that is your new personality. Like, that's the new you, and that will last for a while, you know, probably your entire life, because you're just going to keep building on that. Great, I'm glad I got that third card. Let's see, how can you prepare for this event, group 4? How can they prepare for this shift in their life? Well, we already know for you to like start doing what you want to do, be confident, put yourself out there. Whatever it is you're trying to go after, you know, be confident and go and do it. Like, get started about it. I can totally see this, like, if this, obviously it's not fame for everyone, but I can totally see this as like, say in a business, right? Like, say if you got an entry-level job, but you're really good at it and you understand this business so well, and you're starting to like impress all the higher ups, and then you like move in ranks. So this right around the corner could be like you're getting a promotion, or somebody higher up is recognizing you, and now you're like, oh, okay, I'm one of like, you know, you gotta like, you feel good, you feel like you're hot stuff, and that's like what that feels like too. Like, now you're getting promoted, or you're getting recognized, maybe you're getting an award for some of you. So whatever it is, just recognition and moving up in the ranks, no matter what the topic is. But let's see, how can you prepare for this event? I think just putting yourself out there and being confident, because you miss all the shots that you don't take, you know? So it's like, go talk to whoever you need to talk to. Go join that meeting, you know, speak up in that meeting, you know, talk to the higher ups, whatever it is. It's like, if you don't put yourself out there, you're not going to get anything. But let me see, how can group 4 prepare for this? You know, I do like this deck. She's sweet. Justice. Let me clarify. It's interesting, Justice is the number 8 card. Oh, wow. Oh my gosh. First of all, this is really crazy. Okay, hold on. I'm going to talk about that in a second. This, I feel like this makes more sense. Look at that. You have so many major arcana. You literally have the Fool, you have the Magician, and you have Justice. So this is what I just said, is what you can do to prepare is to just take that leap of faith and to put yourself out there. And to be, I think Justice is reminding you to be honest with yourself and really look at your life in a practical sense. You know, are you happy? Are you doing what you want to be doing? And if not, let's change it. So yeah, you can prepare by taking the first steps, and to take the power back, take your power back. Don't be in the shadows, you know, stand up, do what you need to do. The Magician also reminds you that you have all the tools right in front of you to get started. So it's like, you don't need all these fancy things. I mean, if you have, you know, you have you are the most valuable asset. You have yourself, and if you have a phone, if you have lighting, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what you're trying to do, but Spirit is saying you have all the tools right in front of you to already do this. Yeah, so that's how you can prepare. Now, this is crazy, and I want to talk about it. We have the Four of Wands. We have the Four of Cups. We have the Queen of Coins, so that's the Queen of Pentacles. And then we have the Nine of Cups. I want to switch this. The Four of Wands talks about celebration, happiness, recognition, a happy home life. And the way I'm viewing these three specifically, the Queen of Coins, I mean, this is already showing you, whether you're a queen or a king, it doesn't matter. But of coins, of pentacles, that is showing me that you are going to be sitting at the very top when it comes to your success, your reputation, and your money. Putting it as bluntly as I can, I mean, you are literally about to go to the very top with this craft, or with yourself, with whatever you're doing. This is taking you to the top. Four of Wands, lots of happiness, celebration, a happy home life. These two together, it's telling me, even this would tell me that you're able to live exactly the lifestyle that you want to live. So even financially, like, and this is specifically making me think of the type of house you want to live in. Like, you can build your own house. Like, that's how much money you're going to have, or that's how much, like, you're going to be able to live exactly materially. You're going to be able to live exactly how you want to live. And then the Nine of Cups, this is literally emotional fulfillment. Four of Cups, peace, rest, calm, you know. So it's like you're going to work your way. If you do continue with this group 4, I think I'm talking to like very specific people here, because I do feel like maybe this group is not for everybody, but I do feel like if you intuitively know that you will be very successful with something, you should do it, because you would literally go all the way to the top and live the most amazing life, the life of your dreams, and you would have a lot of material wealth, a lot of material prosperity. You would have financial wealth. You would have that comfort and the peace of mind to just live the life how you want to live, and a lot of emotional fulfillment. So that's crazy. I just like the fact that I saw all of these out together. It is like you cannot get more abundant than this. This is like you're sitting at the top. And I think that also helps me to put it into perspective to you, that if you just take that leap of faith and do what you want to do what you know you're capable of, and get out of your comfort zone, you could have this life. Okay, let's get advice now for group 4. 32, having a healthy lifestyle. I'm conscious of the force of nutritious food and know that a healthy lifestyle is not just a trend, but is fundamental for a happy life. 25, traveling. Traveling opens my mind and raises my self-development to new levels. Number 29, opening my mind. I open my mind to the love, wisdom, and guidance of the universe, and I will learn to trust again. 23, having sympathy and acceptance. I protect Mother Earth and have sympathy and acceptance for all living creatures. Okay, group 4. I don't know who I'm talking to, maybe the next big thing, but thank you so much for letting me give you this reading. Very specific. I feel like you would know if this is your energy, right? Like, you would just know. So don't force anything, but thank you so much for letting me give you this reading. If you want a private reading, go ahead and email me. My email is in the description below. We can have a one-on-one reading, or I can send you a pre-recorded reading. But yeah, send me an email. We can figure that out. And then I also have Patreon. So if you're interested in exclusive content, the viewers on Patreon get to suggest the monthly readings. That is also in the description below. But take good care of yourself, you guys. Thank you so much for letting me give you this reading. Have a great rest of your day or night, wherever you are, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye. Hey guys, if you chose this Eight of Cups with the Gilded Tarot and this dark blue obsidian, this is your group. Hello, group number 5. Thank you guys so much for being here. Let me set that down and let's go over our breakdown. So this is all about what is right around the corner. We're going to start off with an energy check and we'll see what is going on with you and this event that is right around the corner. We will see what energy will it bring into your life, how will you feel about this event, how will you or your life change from the event. We will see how can you prepare for the event, and we'll also get advice. So pretty much it's all about what is right around the corner and like how will it affect your life. So let's get right into it. For this is interesting because this is the Eight of Cups, which talks about walking away from something, finally being done with something, and just like closing that chapter and walking away from it because it no longer serves you. And it's interesting in this deck, I mean, I think actually maybe all of them have a full moon, but in this one you can really see the moon and the person is facing the moon, which feels like intuitively you know it's time. Like intuitively you know it's time to walk away from something and you can't hide from it, you can't dismiss it. And I think like all of the feelings have come up to the surface because the full moon, it's a moment of releasing and everything is like being brought up. We can't deny anything, we can't run away from it. Like it is being brought up to our face for us to acknowledge it. And I think with this energy here, it feels like you can't ignore the fact that you have to walk away from something or change something in your life, especially emotionally, because this is the Eight of Cups. So it is a water card, and this is Pisces specifically, but this is all about your emotions. And traditionally, you know, the Eight of Cups, this person is walking away from it because there is no emotional fulfillment left in that situation. So that's like what I'm feeling with the intro card, and you know, we'll see what's really going on with your energy, but I do feel like for a lot of you, you could be walking away from something in your life. So let's get started with this. So this is group 5's current energy, and then this is what is right around the corner, and this is like the energy between you and what this is. So yeah, if the energy doesn't resonate with you, then definitely check out a different group, but this is our energy check. So let's get right into it. For group 5, let's see what is group 5's current energy. Oh, the lunar eclipse. I was just talking about a full moon. Okay. We have the Chariot with the number 7 with willpower, victory, and recognition. Wow, and then we have accelerated motion. So this is the Eight of Wands. So it's interesting, you have 7 and 8, and then you have 8 out here twice. Yeah, that is so interesting that I was just talking about this full moon and the fact that something is being brought up in your current energy and you just like cannot deny it anymore. Or maybe for some of you, you've realized this very recently, like, you know, you cannot deny something and you do have to walk away or change something. And it's so interesting that you have the lunar eclipse. So I am gonna read the little portion out of this book because I feel like it could be helpful. So lunar eclipse is on page 51. So like 50 or 51 could be significant, but it says the illuminator. In a reading, the lunar eclipse occurs when the moon moves behind the earth and ends up in its shadow. It may seem strange that something in a shadow can be known as the illuminator, but that is because this event only takes place during a full moon. A lunar eclipse carries the same message as a regular full moon, but intensified. Truths that we may not be ready to see are going to come to the light. And that's what I was just saying, like there were things that you just couldn't hide or couldn't deny anymore. So that's very interesting. And I'm pretty sure that a lunar eclipse is also called a blood moon because of the way that the earth, the sun like bounces off the earth, and the color that is on the moon, it's like kind of an orangey red. So that's very interesting. So yeah, Wow, I do feel like even with this, like the person looking up at something in the sky and this light, which is the sun here behind this chariot, it just feels like there is something the universe is saying to you very strongly, group 5, and you just cannot deny it. You just can't deny it. And I think they're going to keep bringing it up until you like accept the truth of the situation. And I think for a lot of you, you have. Like, I think this could have been something that has already happened because the Eight of Cups, it's already moving forward. You know, we've realized it and we are moving forward, or we're doing something about it. And even here it says willpower, victory, and recognition. So even with this person on the chariot, it feels like this person has put complete control into the universe, and this is the universe pulling them away from something. And maybe for a while you're really trying to make it work. You know, you were trying to make this work and it just was not working. And you realize, you know what, I just can't do it anymore, or I can't deny the truth of the situation anymore. And now you're just following where the universe is taking you away to. Yeah, it really feels like you just can't deny it. They're making it very real and like really putting it in your face that something is just not working out for you. But I love that the chariot is here because it is showing me forward movement. Because say if we had different cards, maybe like the Two of Swords or the Eight of Swords or the Seven of Cups, you know, cards about being confused and feeling stuck and not knowing what to do. I don't see that here. I see somebody who has accepted that they have to walk away from something, who's realizing that, you know, like this is just not meant for them and they can either do better or they're meant to be doing something else. And it feels like you have already accepted it and you're already like moving towards walking away from it. So that's great because I see forward movement and that's what really matters at the end of the day. So let's see what is around the corner, or what is the energy of what's around the corner. Oh, the seventh house. Oh my gosh, this is marriage, partnerships. This is literally Venus energy. So Taurus and Libra could be significant. The Empress could be significant. This feels like self-love for a lot of you, especially because it's pink, you know, and obviously, you know, I'm sure people are watching this that are not feminine, but it just, because I was thinking about the Empress and then this pink color just makes it feel like inner power and self-love, like you're choosing yourself. And that's why you were able to finally walk away from something, because you realized that you were losing yourself in the process. Whether this was a relationship, whether this was a toxic job, toxic household, toxic people, whether this was substances, it just feels like you've realized that you love yourself more than the situation you were keeping yourself in. And that's why this just really feels like self-love. Ooh, transformation. I'm telling you, huge change. Number 16, it says realization, life change, and liberation. And even this, an angel is guiding this person away from the tower that's falling apart. And actually, in this image, the tower is not falling apart at all. And there's this hourglass, which again feels like, you know, the universe has been waiting on you to make this decision for a while. And now that you've done it, you know, even this feels like this person is allowing the universe to move them forward. This person is allowing this angel to move them out of some kind of a turbulent situation. We have obstacles and challenges with the number 5. Okay, that makes a lot of sense for this group. I feel like you are about to have some kind of a major transformative period in your life, group 5. And this doesn't have to be bad. I think it'll be different because you are changing something in your life. So obviously, like, things are going to be different now, and it might not be the easiest transition, but it does feel like there is this huge, like, something is falling apart so you can rebuild something better. You know, for example, like walking away from a relationship. It allows you to have that transformation so you can build, you know, something better for your future, or maybe, you know, anything you're walking away from. It feels like there's a transformative period, that is coming in, but it is showing you who you really are. It's showing you your self-worth. It's showing you what you really deserve. It's showing you self-love. And I think you're going to be realizing, like, wow, like I was really settling for so many things in my life up until now. I was settling in love or career or lifestyle or friendships or just, being disrespected or whatever it may be. I think you're going to realize that you were really settling for something and that you could be living a much different life. This transformation, it's like there's different levels for different people. So for some people, maybe the transformation is not going to be so intense. For others of you, maybe it will be very intense, but it feels like it is necessary for your growth and for your healing. And it is required once you walk away from something. So that's what this feels like. It's like you realize you have to walk away from something in your life. You're finally surrendering to the universe that you acknowledge that something's not working and you have to leave it behind. And then you're allowing the universe to take you and to guide you where you need to go. And that is going to lead to a huge spiritual awakening and a huge transformation in your own life, so you can come out a better person and a better version of yourself and a more evolved version of yourself. And again, I love that this is the Empress, because it's showing me that you are becoming your higher self. You're getting closer to that higher self. You are finding abundance within yourself. You're finding love. You're finding that stability and that independence all by yourself. And you're becoming that divine feminine or the divine masculine, but it's like you're stepping into that energy and really evolving as a person. So I will say, it's not the easiest energy to be right around the corner, but I do think that if you are going through this, then this is like the next step, because obviously like you have to heal and work through whatever it is you're walking away from. Because if we don't, then we're just going to repeat it again and again until we actually learn what we are meant to learn. And again, this is really good that I see this, because this could be somebody who is like, you know what, I don't care. I'm not going to heal. I'm just going to jump into the next thing. I'm just going to keep going because I don't care. It could be like that, but your energy is not like that, Group 5. Even this, obstacles and challenges, I think whatever this transformation is, it's not going to be like a walk in the park, but it is helping you evolve into the best version of yourself. So let's see, what is the energy between you, your current energy, and this thing that's right around the corner, which is this transformation. The Knight of Crystals. This feels inevitable, and Spirit is saying it can be as easy as you make it, meaning it's going to happen. This walking away from something and this transformation, it's going to happen one after the other. So you can either like accept that you're going to go through a full internal, external transformation and like spiritual awakening. You can accept that and accept the change and the healing that comes with it. Accept that things are falling out of your life so other things can take its place. Or you can make the situation more turbulent and resist the transformation and resist the change, and then it won't be as smooth of a transition. So I think Spirit is saying either way, you're going to go through this transformation, but you can make it a little bit easier by accepting it and surrendering to it and allowing it to do what it needs to do, or you can fight it. And I think that's what they're saying here with the Knight of Crystals, is that it's up to you how you handle the transformation, but there will be a transformation. I actually love the imagery on this because it feels like somebody who's discovering themselves, or rediscovering themselves after a long time. This energy feels like somebody who really got lost within whatever this was. Again, it could have been a relationship, it could have been toxic lifestyle, toxic people, family, career. It could really be anything, but it feels like somebody got lost in this energy, but you finally found your way back out of it, and you're about to discover yourself all over again, and a new version of yourself, because obviously you are not who you were before this, and you're not who you are during this. You're going to take your experiences, you're going to take what you have learned and evolve into this better version of yourself. And that's ultimately where spirit wants you to be. Because then everything else will fall into place, because when you are the ultimate version of yourself, then, you know, you're going to accept the love that you know you deserve, not what you're settling for. You're going to love yourself the way you deserve to be loved. You're going to, you know, find the friends or the relationships, the job, you know, it's like everything falls into place because now you know what you deserve. You have standards, and you're not going to settle or just like live how you used to live, if that makes sense. So everything just feels necessary in order for you to evolve as a person. So that is what I'm seeing, group 5. So it does feel a little bit heavier, and not in a bad way, but it just feels like you're going through a major change, and we all need that. Okay, so I want to go in with the deck now. So let's go ahead, let me get that off my desk. Let's go ahead and answer the questions now. So let's see, what energy will this bring into your life, this transformation? What energy will this bring into your life? I do feel like there, you know, it wouldn't be the smoothest of transitions, especially because of this. I see a lot of doubt. I see a lot of self-doubt, because when things get hard, we question it and we're like, did we make the right decisions? Because we thought this was going to be easy peasy, go from one thing to the next. But when we see that there are these obstacles and these challenges that we have to face and overcome and heal from, then we start to question ourselves and we start to doubt ourselves. And we're like, oh my gosh, did I make a mistake? Is this the wrong move? And I do think that those thoughts and those doubts are going to creep into your mind, because you're really going to question it if you made the right decision. But obviously you did, and spirit is saying, you know, you 100% made the right decision. But I think that healing is just in such a, it's in its own category, you know. It's not like a one size fits all. And I just think that, yeah, there could be some doubts when you first start your healing journey. But I think that's the true test of it. Because as human, when we feel doubt and question ourselves, we want to run back to what was safe and what was comfortable. And I think that's like the real test to see if you are truly ready to transform and evolve, is if you are confused and questioning things and scared, and you don't know what's happening next, but you're not running back to the past. You are standing firm in the fact that you are walking away from something and you are evolving as a person. Like, when you stand firm in that, that is signaling to the universe, okay, group 5 is taking this seriously and they are ready for the transformation. But if you were to kind of run back to what you ran away from or walked away from, if you were to run back to it, that is going to signal to the universe, okay, they're not as ready as I thought they were for the transformation. So, but let's see, what energy will this bring into your life for group 5? What energy will this bring into group 5's life? Temperance, healing, patience, love, self-care, taking it one day at a time. I think you're really going to realize how much you've actually let yourself go during, like, before you walked away from whatever this is. You're going to realize, wow, I really lost myself. Because you're having these realizations, and that's the whole point of starting this transformation, is you realizing how you were living. Because when you're in the situation, we don't recognize the red flags, we don't recognize all these things. But when we're out of it and looking at it from the outside in, then you realize, oh my gosh, I can't believe I was living like that. I can't believe I was dealing with that. And that's the energy that it'll bring into your life first, is you realizing, oh my gosh, like I just can't believe all these things about what I was a part of. And it's going to make you realize that you've lost yourself in that process, or like neglected yourself in that process. And you're going to realize, I have to put myself first. You know, I have to heal for myself. I have to work on this situation to become a better me. Like, I think everything is going to click for you. And that is perfect. That's exactly what we want to see, because that's like how it works, right? Like, we realize something is not working, and then we learn from that. And the fact that it is clicking is showing me that you are accepting it, and it will actually be a smooth, even if you're confused and all these things, it'll still be a smoother transition, because remember, it's inevitable to happen. So I do think you will make it a smoother transition than if you were to run away from it, run away from the healing. So yeah, I think it'll also bring a lot of peace into your life, because Temperance is a very peaceful, slow, patient energy. Yeah, I think like your dynamic in your life will really shift, and also like your mental health will shift in a good way. Like, you're finding peace, things are slowing down for you. You're able to actually reflect and become self-aware, and really, like really reflect on yourself. I love that. Let's see, how will you feel about this event? So that's kind of like what the energy will bring, but how will you feel? How will group 5 feel about this transformation? 3, okay, I guess I'll take all of them. 10 of Wands, the Death card, and then the 4 of Pentacles. You are gonna feel like the weight of the world has been taken off of your shoulder. And I just said that, like, did I say that? Or I was thinking it, like, feeling free. But the 10 of Wands is about a burden. And you're gonna realize, wow, I was carrying a burden for a very long time. Like, you're literally gonna be so happy that this transformation is happening, and that it is causing you to walk away from whatever the burden is, because you're gonna be like, oh my God, like, my back hurts. Like, you're gonna realize, like, that was not it. I was in a lot of pain. The weight of the world was on my shoulder, and you're gonna be so happy that it is ending. This is literally the Death card. Death also talks about a transformation, because something is ending so something better can take place. And again, all of this is helping you realize, wow, I can't believe I kept up with that. And you're going to be so happy that you don't have to keep up with that anymore. I also think you're going to be very happy for divine intervention, because with the 4 of Pentacles here, it feels like you just kind of kept up with something for a long time. Whether you didn't see it, or I don't know, like, there's going to be so many reasons why somebody keeps up with something, but it feels like you kind of just like stayed in the situation for a very long time. And you're going to be so happy that the universe stepped in to create the change, or to like force you to create the change in some way. And you're going to be so happy, because you're going to be like, I would have never seen that. I would have never seen the red flags or noticed that this was happening or whatever. But it's like the universe came in and really somehow shook things up for you. And you're going to be so happy about that. Like, after the fact, you're going to be very happy about that. So now let's see, how will you or your life change? So for group 5, how will they or their life change due to this event of transformation? We have the Knight of Swords. Let's get one more card. Oh, that's a lot. Oh, I saw this at the bottom of the deck, and I was like, should I take it? Should I not? And then there it is. Oh my God, and there's the Chariot again. So you have the Chariot out twice. So Yeah, I mean, this is absolutely changing your life completely. You're finding your power again. You're finding the will to live, or like the desire to love, or like the passion. You know, you're just like finding the reasons that life is so good all over again. And again, I think that you were missing out on that for a long time, holding on to whatever this was. And you're just finding your spark back. You're rediscovering yourself again. And that is going to change your life. Like I said, it's a domino effect. So once this changes, then it's like you're viewing other things differently. And then those things will change too. But this really feels like finding your personal power back, finding the spark back, finding love back to life, to the little things in life, being happy, having dreams again, being hopeful again, you know, planning things out again. Excuse the garage. It's gonna go off again, but sorry about that. And the chariot, I mean, look at this baddie. She's just sitting here moving forward. She's like, you know what? I should have done this months ago, years ago. Spirit is saying once you have this transformation, you're moving forward and like you're not going back. You're only moving forward from here. You're only going up from here. It's going to change how you view yourself, how you love yourself, how you view the world around you, and how you view what you accept into your life. You're going to protect your energy. It's like literally just changing everything about you because of this spiritual, emotional, physical transformation you are going through. And this really feels like you're finding your confidence again too, with that Knight of Swords and the way this image is. You're finding your determination, your willpower to move forward, your confidence, and you're just doing it. You're just, you know, moving forward as this new version of you. And you're just so happy that you got here and that the universe helped you. And you're just going to be so thankful that that divine intervention happened and that they helped you to come out of something. Let's see, how can you prepare for this event? How can you prepare for this transformation? How can group 5 prepare for this? How funny would it be if we see the 8 of Cups? Because I feel like the way you prepare for it is by walking away from what it is you need to walk away from, which I think, you know, most of you already have. Maybe if you have not, then I think, you know, this entire reading is like your confirmation, your message, like, yes, walk away from whatever that is. Ace of Swords. Nine of Cups, bottom of the deck. How can you prepare for this? By choosing yourself, but also trying to see the truth of the situation and not to see things out of emotion. Because say if you're still dealing with somebody or something, or, you know, you're frustrated in your life about something, Spirit really wants you to like view things from a logical perspective so you can see the truth of the situation, you know, and to really ask yourself, am I seeing what I want to see? Like, am I kind of being delusional about what I'm seeing because this is what I want to see? Or am I seeing the truth of what is actually happening? And I think that once you figure that out, it'll make things much easier for you to navigate, because now you don't have those rose-colored glasses on and you're seeing the truth of it. And then, you know, and that's like a quick 2-second answer of like, do you want to stick with that or no? You know what I mean? So I think once you see the truth of the situation, things are going to be moving very quickly, because you're just going to realize, like, what's the point of this if I'm not happy with the truth of the situation? But I do think that, like, self-love needs to start from the moment you decide to walk away, because that is why you're walking away in the first place. Is because you love yourself enough to know that you do not deserve that, whatever that is. But if you lack that self-love, then you're just going to stick around and settle for whatever it is that you don't deserve. You're going to accept the love or anything. You're going to accept anything that you think you deserve. You're going to accept that. And all of that changes with how you view yourself and how you love yourself, to know that you deserve better than that. So I think that is how you can get prepared for this transformation, or to see the truth of the situation. I think that will really help the transformation start and help you walk away from this. But I do think for a lot of you, since this does feel inevitable, I mean, it feels like it is going to happen, group 5. So for a lot of you, I think you're already here in this forward moving energy. Like you've already decided you are walking away and ending that chapter in your life. So then it feels like this is right around the corner. And then for others of you, I feel like this is spirit giving you a confirmation that, like, yeah, you need to walk away from something in order to, like, just move on with your life and to really evolve into who you are meant to be. So it's a timeline, right? Like some of you are already here, some of you are here, some of you are here. But I think that if the overall energy resonates, then I think you can figure out where you are. But okay, let's get some advice now for group 5. Oopsies. Let me try that again. Let's get some advice for group 5. 21. Appreciating myself. I completely know my own worth and honor and love my wonderful soul. That's very similar to what we were just talking about. 10. It has always been within. Everything I need is already inside me, and it has always been. Aw. Number 8. A new day, a new start. It's okay to fail. Every day is a new start, and I will treat myself graciously. And number 32, having a healthy lifestyle. I am conscious of the force of nutritious food and know that a healthy lifestyle is not just a trend, but is fundamental for a happy life. Okay, group number 5. Thank you guys so much for letting me give you this reading. If you want to book a private reading with me, I do offer one-on-one sessions or like a pre-recorded reading as well, where I can answer your questions and get back to you. If that's something you're interested in, go ahead and send me an email and we can book a reading together. I also have a Patreon, which is linked in the description below, where the viewers get to suggest some monthly readings. So if that's something you're interested in as well, for like personalized content, you can definitely check that out. It is in the description. So yeah, but yes, have a great rest of your day or night, wherever you are, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.